Pretty cool. What is shaking, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Backyard Chronicles, whatever you want to call it. A little chilly today. Got the overcast today, right around 60. I'd like it to be a little warmer for the backyard edition of the shows, but it's still pleasant. We're going to have a good time drinking beers, having good conversation with my buddy Larry Krueger, a partner of mine at KMBR, a peer of mine forever, and then we got a chance to work together for a little bit before we both got whacked over at KMBR. How was your whacking?
It was actually very pleasant. It was a very pleasant whacking.
Very pleasant whacking.
It's not a contentious whacking.
Good.
It was more like, we're going a different direction. And like, you guys go in that direction.
Yeah, look, pleasurable whackings are always the best.
Yes,
they're always the best whacking. So we're gonna get into a lot of stuff today. We're gonna get into obviously Niners, Giants, Warriors, some other stuff that's going on. Krug's cracking his Fieldwork. We want to thank Fieldwork for sponsoring the show. Plenty of locations all around the Bay Area. If you're going to a Giants game, head over to China Basin. Mission Rock's going to be opening up soon.
I like that.
You can go to the I'm going to say kiosk again, even though I should say concession stand. I don't know why I say kiosk. What are you at the Stone Ridge Mall? Going to the kiosk there to get a phone case? Get a phone case and a Fieldwork. Now you go to the concession stand over. I think it's in center field. And grab yourself a Fieldwork when you're over at the game. Or if you're not at the game, you can be at China Basin. TV's on. Get the ambient sound. McCovey Cove. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. You want to go to the OG over in Berkeley or San Ramon or San Leandro or Corte Madera. I mean, they're all over the place. Get yourself a non-alcoholic beverage. Or you can try one of these. Now, we haven't had these. It's called the Green Arrow Fellowship. It sounds like we should be hobbits drinking this stuff or something like that. Which I think is kind of what they're going for. It's a New Zealand IPA, which I'm not sure what that means.
Can. I mean, it's a black can with a black top. It's pretty sweet.
I'm guessing it's because it has IPA hops in it is why it's New Zealand. Let's try it.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
That is nice. That is pleasant. And I like the can too. Very, very nice can. I'll keep it right there. So
it's not like one of those, some beers have the certain, you'll taste a berry or some overriding element. This doesn't have it like that. It's just like a solid hoppy kind of beer.
Yeah, it's one of the some of the beers my mom tastes, and I can always tell. Although this is my mom's face every beer I asked her to taste, she goes. She just the hops are way too much for her.
Gets her.
And then my dad wouldn't make a face. My dad would just always go, that's different. That's different. Different for him means it sucks. Like I don't like it.
That's good for you.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. When she says it's different, it's not good. So let's get this out there too. If you want to watch Krug, it's the Krug Show.
The Krug Show on YouTube.
When it's on, I have no fucking idea. It's on like 19 times a day.
Yeah.
You just kind of pop on. I'm sure you get notifications.
Yeah.
Do you have any time frame when you're doing shows, or you just something happens? I feel like talking. I'm gonna pop on doing my.
Well, I'm trying to cover the Niners. So like when the Niners are having media, I'm going to be there. Yep. So like Wednesday, Thursday, daytime and game day, I'm there at the stadium. But other than that, it's just whenever somebody that I want to stream with has time to stream, really. So it's like, and I do a set schedule, but that's more of the old radio guy in me wanting to have like a set schedule. But yeah, I try to just keep going. It's like just every day, just keep going. I try not to think about it as work. I try to just think of it as, just a day-to-day thing and a little bit at a time. And, but it's been a lot of fun. I mean,
you've done a magnificent job. I mean, your show's grown. It's done really, really well. Happy for you.
Kev, my son,
I do,
from Hawaii, went to Hawaii, and he's been this invaluable guy in my channel, and it's like he's just such a smart kid, and so it's really great to work with him. And he joins me on Sundays after the Niner games for the post game show. I kind of make the post game show kind of like my friends and family show. Like,
yep,
I don't want people are like, why don't you have football experts? It's like, dude, I don't want that. I just want to have a friends and family show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so on the post game. But Kev joins me on that, and it's a lot of fun. And we also got a chance to travel to New Orleans last year. And travel.
How do we not see you
Philly.
guys there?
I know, because we also went to LSU, Florida.
Did you really?
Yeah. We went to LSU, Florida.
How do we not run?
I was looking
you
for you
there?
that night because I saw you send out a picture from I'm
Yeah.
like, Tommy's here. And we were in that, where we were, Tom? We were in that Sky Club in the end zone. If you looked at the far end zone,
Okay.
It said like something club. I had a press credential. Kev just had a ticket in the stands, and we just met up there and watched it up there. It was what a place, man.
Incredible
Death Valley.
place. Game
Whoa.
sucked, but it was just
Game
nice.
sucked, yeah.
It was nice to be there.
Yeah.
I'd never seen an SEC football game before. Everybody told me if you're going to see SEC football, go to LSU at night.
Right.
So we
Right.
did that. Checked that off. So we've checked that off. We've checked the big house off. We went to Wisconsin. This year we're going to go up to Washington. We're going to go to the Niners, Seahawks, and then Iowa plays Washington on a Friday.
Ooh, I like Iowa.
I'm hoping the Mariners are still in the playoffs. We're hoping the Kraken have a home game, and then probably go to Vancouver to see if the Canucks are playing. So yeah, that'll be our sports trip.
I'm thinking this year for us, we may go to my wife's got a sister who lives in Dallas, so we may go to, and they have a daughter that goes to A&M.
Oh,
so
nice.
we may go to A&M, Tennessee, and then truck up to Dallas for Niners Cowboys.
That'll be nice. Yeah, we have to do it in the first 6 weeks of the season pretty much, because then Warriors start.
Right.
And then I got to wait till the Warriors schedule to come out to figure out where we can get. So we're just like,
Right.
let's try to, and the weather's better usually in early September, depending on where you go. So how long did it take you to kind of figure out when you started doing your podcast? So you've been doing about 4 years now?
2022, just the day after KMBR said, you know what, no more. I said, okay, I'll start on YouTube the next day.
How long did it take you to figure out, like, it's going to essentially turn into a football show? Because we obviously used to talk baseball, basketball. Football's king. We all know this.
Yeah.
And Niners are king around here. We also know this.
Yeah.
Even though the Warriors are big. And look, when the Giants are winning, everybody loves the Giants around here too. But still, football draws eyeballs. How long did it take you to kind of figure out, like, look, I look at the numbers and I look when I'm talking football versus when I'm talking other stuff. It's not even close. I got a background in football. Let's kind of concentrate on football.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it was the day that I got Sabes and Coletti on together. And we had like 300 people in the room, you know, and I had like more people in the room for like something else I had just randomly talked about. And I was like, gosh, I thought this is awesome.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I mean, it was really cool. But just the fact that the baseball just doesn't hit. And so I'm still, I mean, I still kind of consider myself Giants, Niners, Warriors show, even though I talk all Niners. But like, if the Giants do something super juicy tonight, I'm going live and I'm going to talk Giants, and I'm just going to talk Giants. And I don't care that I haven't done it, you know. And if the Warriors like draft night, you know how much I'm big on the draft.
Yeah.
I'm already watching the guys for the draft. I'm like, you know, I'll probably go live on the draft night. I should have gone live on the Warriors more this year. When the Warriors did playoff runs in the past, I've gone live throughout. I kind of had it out with Cy over Kerr. I mean, me and Cy kind of bet I had Cy on quite a bit. We battled over Kerr. Cy Satsis.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But
he, people who don't know, he worked at KMBR with us for a while.
We kind of battled over Kerr, and that was like I haven't talked to him in a while now. So,
because you guys disagreed on the coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
and that was it.
I mean, it's like, it's like he wants to talk. You know, I really think Kerr's pretty good. So I know there's a lot of people. You know, Kerr's got this, you know, this love-hate thing going on with the Warrior hardcores right now.
Well, look, there's people that think Shanahan's like,
right.
I mean, exactly.
Exactly.
You can't please everybody. It's
Right.
like it could. And here's my theory on that. There's so much information available now, so many analytics available now, that people think they can coach and they know as much as the coach knows. When the coach plays a certain combination, then analytically it says it doesn't work, but he plays it anyway. They're going to get pissed and say, what are you doing? if Shanahan calls a play or screws up the clock or does something, even though I'm sure he's getting help with the clock. I mean, you can't do it all yourself, or if you challenge something, who do you think's telling him to challenge? The same people, not the same people, but it's like the same system that Steve has set up. There are people that do that for you. The coaches don't have time to look and then look at the screen and come back and look. You're trusting people. You're going to take the blame for it, but then people jump on them for that. It's like,
well, I mean, my big thing, I think, and my counter to everybody on Kerr is always like, hey, look, you can find a lot of guys that can coach a basketball game in the game. It takes a special person to be able to bring a group of highly paid, high opinion of themselves athletes, high achieving athletes, and bring them from Halloween to 4th of July and have the whole group kind of stay together. I kind of feel like the last title was a testament to what happens if you stay together. I thought other teams were probably as talented, but they fractured on the way.
Yeah.
To me, I think that's what maybe Phil did. And I think Kerr got a lot of that from Phil. And I just think that that to me is more of the gig than the X's and O's.
Oh yeah. Like I tell people this. I try to, there's only so much you can explain to people. Some people are going to listen. Some people don't want to listen, whatever. But all these guys that coach, they know their X's and O's for the most part. Are there guys that elevate? Yes, there are guys that elevate. But you got to be able to lead men. Like, you have to be a leader, and you have to get people
authentic too.
And you have to get people pulling in the same direction. And you have to get them to feel like their contributions, no matter how big or small, are important to the team effort. And that if the team wins, ultimately you're going to benefit. Never forget, this is a job, and these guys want to get paid, and they want longevity. And look, I'm trying to show you that if you do what's right by the team, it's going to do what's right by you, and you're going to reap the benefits. Look at the Bulls when they won their championships back in the 90s. Steve played a long time after that, got a nice contract. So did Jed Bushler. So did Luke Longley. So did other guys. Why? Because they're associated with the Bulls who won championships, and people want those guys on their team. If they didn't win championships, you think Steve played as long as no? Judd, no. I mean, they're good players, but still there's something about winning that people are like, well, they know how to win. That's the job of a coach, to get everybody to believe, like, just sacrifice for the team. Like, I don't know that another coach could have pulled off what Steve pulled off with Iguodala, putting him on the bench early on in his tenure here. Because Iggy was an Olympian. He was an all-star. Like, he's a stud. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I need you to come off the bench. And they had the Arizona connection. That helped. But still, come off the bench. What are you talking about? And he did. And then he got paid off in the end and ended up winning the Finals MVP that year. So people don't get that. They just look at the just, why does he do this? Why is this combination? His offense sucks. I'm like,
well, a lot of it was tied to
championships don't count for anything anymore.
Well, and a lot of it was tied to this. It's like, what is Jonathan Kuminga? And I think
that was huge.
A lot of people felt like, oh, well, he's special. He's a star. He's Kawhi. If Steve would just get out of the way, It's like, come on, man. I think he showed what he was after he left. But you know what? When you're on top, there's always going to be people that disagree.
You can't lower the bar.
And also, when you're the Warriors have become this really big, iconic. They're not the franchise that you played for. They're not the franchise that I grew up rooting for.
No.
There's way more eyeballs. There's way more people that have opinions. They're really strong, and there's industries tied to them and everything. So I get it. But I just personally, I think Steve's a really good coach. And
I think
they're lucky to have him. And I think my problem is more with Joe and the fact that they haven't continued to build, and they've kind of put themselves and gotten older. And I think I would have rather seen them continue to build through the draft and don't worry about the fact that you got some young players with some older players. But they seem like to want to go on this like older player thing. And I think you're going to have a hard time in back-to-back situations like going forward if you got 7 guys that can't play.
I think what they want is players that can contribute now.
Right.
They want
projects.
They want to maximize Steph as much as they can. Right. And I think the 2 timelines thing, which I was down with, didn't work. You could have done it, but the players that you drafted had to be able to play.
It's ambitious.
It is ambitious.
Yeah.
The problem was we didn't realize that Draymond and Steph were nowhere near finished, right? The 2 timeline thing was back in like 21, 22. And we thought at that point, okay, they're probably going to start cresting and start heading down the backside of the hill. Steph can still be the best player on a championship team.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, if that's the case, then we need players that can play with Steph. Jonathan Kuminga wasn't that guy. Wiseman wasn't that guy. Moody's, it's taken him a while, but he's gotten to that point now where he's a rotational player, which is, you drop 14. That's solid, but
are they going to pass on Lindeberg? Because Lindeberg, to me, is exactly kind of what they need. He's a 6'10", 240-pound, guy. He's only played basketball for 5 years, but he's really has a real great innate feel, and he's 24.
Yep.
And he's ready to play.
Yep.
And the mocks have him, few picks after where they pick, so he might be there. I'd love to see that. I think I haven't looked at every single guy in the draft or anything, but I do like him.
Yeah, he was really good this year, no doubt about it. I don't know. You would think they're going to draft someone that can come in and play.
Yeah.
Because I think if they could go back, the one pick they really regret is taking Kuminga over Wagner. Like if they had Franz Wagner, that's a guy that knows how to play, right? He knew how to play. He would have fit in perfect in this system. He defends. He's not a great shooter. Okay shooter. I guess kind of like Kuminga. Okay, nothing special. But is athletic, can get up and down the court. I think he's probably a better playmaker than the Kuminga is at this point. But I think that's the one they're like, God.
He would have got a second contract.
He would have got a second contract. And it didn't, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And Kuminga, I got so tired of talking about Kuminga. Kuminga is the Warriors' Brandon Belt.
I know.
It's like every time you mention the name, it's like everyone has such a strong opinion on him one way or the other. What did he do? He went to Atlanta. He's the same player.
Right.
He had really good games. He had games you didn't notice him. And it's like, well, that's kind of who he is, right? It's like, I don't know. I guess at the end, you can nitpick Steve all you want. You can nitpick the organization all you want. It's not that easy to continue to build after you've had the run they've had, which is one of the greatest runs in NBA history. San Antonio did it for like 15 years or so. Doesn't happen like that. Lakers did it in the 80s, came crashing down, then had Kobe and Shaq, then came crashing down, then got LeBron and AD, and now they're kind of in the middle somewhere. They got gifted Luka, basically. It's like, I don't know how the hell that happened, but look at the Celtics. 80s, crashed down for a while. Pierce, KG, Rondo, those guys, okay, they're up. Crash down, recoup the assets, then get Tatum and get Brown, and they get another championship. It's not – everybody seems to think, well, they should have maximized Steph's. It's not like they're just going, we're good. They're trying. It's just not that – it's not that easy when you're paying guys what they're paying guys now. So it amazes me, though, that some Warrior fans think they'd be better off with Steve Kerr. And I wonder if they witnessed like the 2002 Warriors and the 2001 Warriors and the 1999 Warriors. Like, were you guys around back then? Or did you guys just start watching Warrior basketball in like 2013? And that's it.
And if you look at the numbers of the ratings, a lot of them did start watching in 2013. So I do understand, but I understand differing opinions and this and that, but I remember Ned Colletti said to me in baseball, he's like, we were talking about Dusty Baker and the strengths and weaknesses of the Giants manager at the time. And he's like, Dusty is the best manager at bringing the group from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. And within there's all kinds of, you can question this bullpen move, that move, and this guy, that guy, whatever, the minutia in the game. But from the last pitch to the first pitch, keeping the group together from March through, he's really great at that. And he's like, that is really hard to do. Yeah. And I think Steve that's where Steve excels.
Yeah, no, I don't dispute that. All right, let's get to the Giants.
Yeah.
Max over here is like, we have to. Let's get to the team that doesn't hit home runs, hasn't walked, doesn't steal bases. Like everything that you want a baseball team to do nowadays, they don't do.
Let's frame the third base coach.
They're like, yeah. I mean, look, was he great? No. Did he make some mistakes? No. But I mean, I don't mind them doing it, but I mean that had nothing to do with the way they're playing right now.
Right.
Like nothing. They just
nothing. Scapegoat.
I'm trying to figure out like what. I know you watch the games. Like, what do you hang your hat on with this team? Is there anything to hang your hat on with this team?
Oh, well, yes. They don't hit.
No. Good.
No.
Like, how can they turn it around? Is there anything
the crab
that's
sandwich is really good. It is. Now it's $50 and I got to put one on layaway in September. But it's not cheap. But if I get a second mortgage, no, I mean, I think
mentioned Giants. Bunny's running. Like, I don't want to hear this.
Bunny just took off.
Bunny says, "I don't want to hear
Giants. I'm out of here." No, the greatest thing, the one thing Giants fans should feel good about is that more so than almost any time, the Giants are one of the haves. Yeah, right now they're not operating at a really high peak.
No,
but they are one of the haves. And when I say haves, I mean they own their own park. They're rich. They got a lot of revenue. They got a fan base that's iconic. They got a building that they can tell stories about. They've got 3 titles banked that they can. The Giants are never gonna, as they've moved from a bad neighborhood into Pacific Heights, and they've got a great spot, and it's paid for. So it's like there's limits to how bad things can get. Like for all the people complaining about, I've heard people say really terrible things. Oh, this is the worst. It's like no. I rooted for the team when the Dodgers were here and the Giants were maybe not even going to be sustainable as a franchise. They're totally rich now. They're just making bad decisions. They've got to make better decisions. They're starting to make smarter decisions in the international market. So their farm system is starting to, starting to peak up a little bit. And they have a huge amount of revenue. The fan base is really, I think, the fan base is their greatest attribute and their greatest weakness. It's the greatest attribute because it provides $500 million of annual revenue, and the thing's worth $5 billion and going up. But it's also the biggest negative because so many of Giants fans right now are so accepting of just totally mediocrity that it's enabled the ownership to just kind of sit back and cash checks and not worry if the place is going to be packed. It's going to be packed. I went the other day. It's 41,000. They got 2 runs and called it a day. I mean, it's $1,000 to go to the game for a family of 4. $1,000. That's a lot of money. My dad used to throw me a 20 spot and pay for the whole day back in the 70s. So the game's changed. The money's huge. They're not making great decisions. If you looked at all the guys they have signed long-term, they're all untradeable, and they're all, they overpaid for all those guys. They overpaid for Chapman. They overpaid for Jung-Hoo Lee. Buster has no experience as an exec. Tony has no experience as a manager. Buster probably should have hired, I hate to say it, like Ned Colletti type, who's been a GM and who's not going to get dragged around by the nose by Scott Boras every off season, and get better deals in free agency, continue to invest in the international market. And I'd like to see them give Tony 3 or 4 years, and let's see over time if he can do it. I don't think that he's going to do that. I think he's going to be a one and done scapegoated guy. And they're in this kind of this chaotic spin where the owners are spending money. They're looking for a return. The place is making money, but they're not winning. Buster obviously is there to try to reverse all that, but he's new and he's got young people around him. He brought in Bobby Evans, but a lot of his core guys are Casali and other guys. They're really young guys that haven't won. So personally, I think you need either an experienced GM or a young coach or a experienced coach and a young GM, but the young, the first year GM and the first year manager, that's rough. And I think we're experiencing it.
I think they got caught Buster specifically, wanting to be able to sign somebody. Shohei didn't happen. Bryce Harper didn't happen. Correa didn't happen. Medicals, Judge Didn't happen. I mean, they go after all these guys and they come in second or third or whatever. And I think he wanted to sign some guys. Like, he wanted to go out there and have people want to be Giants, even if you have to overpay him a little bit. Because I think he probably did overpay Chapman a little bit and did overpay Adames a little bit. The Devers thing was the Devers thing because his contract was done by the Red Sox. But those two in particular, I think he wanted clubhouse guys because that meant something to him. I think winning 10 through 14, 10, 12, 14, I think that was kind of built on clubhouse culture as well as like talent, pitching, and defense, of course, were the two most integral parts. But when you sign guys like that, it's great that they're good clubhouse guys. They got to play. And they haven't played, right? It doesn't mean, they played. They haven't played well. It doesn't mean they won't. I mean, it doesn't mean this half a year is how they're going to play the rest of their contracts. I mean, if they do, they're screwed. I mean, there's no way around it. Pitching, which was going to be a strength a couple of years ago, it's like it's disappeared now. It's like gone. It's like, oh, look at all this pitching they have. And then you're like, oh, what the hell? Pitching's gone. I'd like to see him blow up the outfield. Just get 3 new outfielders. Like, literally, get 3 new outfielders. Like, get an outfield like Arizona has. Get an athletic outfield. Like, guys that can run. Guys that can get – I said this a couple years ago, and Arizona's outfield has changed. It's still athletic. I go, Arizona's outfield was at the time, and I still think I would make this statement. Arizona's outfield is an outfield that can offensively turn a single into a double and defensively turn a double into an out.
Mm-hmm.
Giants don't do that.
No.
Giants don't. They turn singles into doubles when they're on the outfield and turn doubles into singles when they're at the plate because they don't have that much speed. Although the hip thrust is a real nice touch. I'll get your thoughts on that.
Wow.
But that's my point is like, where do you go? Like, are they a defensive team? Not really. Are they a pitching team? Not really. I mean, their bullpen is like every time the bullpen comes in now, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
They watch. Are they a hitting team? No, they're not. I don't know. So that's my point. Like, I don't even know what they are. I don't know what they are right now, except for guys that like play every day, which isn't, could be great, isn't great right now. But that's what I'm wondering. Where's Buster going to go with this? Like, what does he want this team to be? Does he want it to be a pitching and defense team? Probably. But it seems like they're a little bit away, they're a ways away from being a pitching and defense team. So it's just disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. I mean, they're not, you said that list of how much money you spend per victory, and the Giants are really, really spending a lot of money per victory. I mean, they're like Mets are the worst. Least efficient team. Giants are like third or fourth.
Red Sox are probably up there.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants, what's their identity right now? Their identity is a big money spending team that's not going to win. I mean, that's really what their recent thing is. Now, some people say, hey, you know what? It's cyclical and give this team time. I do think you got to give Buster some time. I think he's trying to build around the position players. And I do like that concept because if you're not going to draft position players, if you're going to draft pitching, and the Giants drafted a lot of college pitching. If you're going to draft a lot of college pitching, where are the position players going to come from? Because they're not signing with you as a free agent. So that means you're going to have to draft them or you're going to have to trade for them. And so trading for Devers to me made sense. And then and now you're seeing them in the draft try to go for position player talent. I think, if there's a lot of talk they're going to try to get Rock Chalowski at UCLA.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to do it by threatening the agent that they're going to be willing to pay over slot and that maybe the White Sox won't. And maybe the agent says to the White Sox, hey, my guy wants to go 1, but he also wants $15 million a year as opposed to you've got $11 million. So we're not going to sign with you at $11 million. Now the White Sox may say, screw you. Yes, you will. And draft him anyway. But I think the Giants are trying to see Chalowski, who's from Vallejo and grew up a Crawford fan, went to UCLA. I think.
Are we even sure that's a real person?
kind of rock.
That sounds like a
Chalowski.
fucking AI generated name.
Sounds
Like,
like a
are you sure
movie.
he's not an AI shortstop?
Yeah.
Like an AI shortstop
Rock
for
Chalowski.
UCLA. I mean, come on with that name.
I
You
mean,
kidding me?
I know it's a great name. It's like Buster Posey.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Intimidate the first 3 teams into not paying the guy?
I know, but
and saying he's not going to sign there.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll go
I
back to
can't
the
imagine.
Stephen Drew era.
Yeah,
where you're just like, no, we're not signing there. We're not going to sign there. We'll go play independent ball.
JD Drew. JD Drew.
Oh, yeah, JD Drew. That's right. It was JD Drew.
His brother was Stephen Drew.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but I would say I do believe in Buster. I think you've got to give him some time to kind of establish his deal. I think it would help him if he had a contract negotiator like a Coletti to not get dragged around by Boris, because the Giants haven't gotten a good deal in a while. They paid $113 million for Jung-Hoo Lee. They paid $10 million a year for Bader. I don't know. I mean, they looked at their team. The Dodgers were second in offense last year in runs scored, and they added this incredible outfielder. Yeah. And the Giants were 17th in scoring and said, we need a defensive center fielder, and got Bader and moved Jung-Hoo to right. And all it did was clog up your outfield with guys that can't hit. And then you come out of April with just a horrible offensive outfield, and you sit there going, how'd that happen? Well, you decided defense was the factor, and then you now have 2 kind of questionable offensive players, and you're starting every day in offensive spots.
Yeah. Okay, so what do they do? 2-part question. What do they do with Eldridge? And did Manassian kind of throw Vitello under the bus by saying, hey, we don't make the lineup. That's his decision. He makes the lineup, which I thought was total bullshit, because whatever they do with Eldridge, it's your number 1 prospect. You think Vitello is telling Manassian and Buster, like, look, I'm going to do what I want to do with this guy.
Yeah.
He's going to play when I play. He's not going to play. Like, please.
Right.
Of course everybody's in on this. Yeah. Don't give me we know. When it comes to the lineup card, that's his. But this is your number 1 prospect. If you wanted him to play, Vitello ain't saying, nah, not tonight. Not tonight. We'll get to him tomorrow a little bit. I just thought that statement was bullshit. But what do you do with this guy now? I mean, you got Schmidt blocking him. You got Devers blocking. Like, I don't know where he's supposed to. He should be playing. I just don't know how they're going to wedge him in every night.
Yeah, I mean, they put their rookie manager in the most unenviable position. If he plays Eldridge every day, he loses the clubhouse and the veterans. If he doesn't play Eldridge every day, he loses the fan base and the media. So it's a lose-lose. But Eldridge is their most patient hitter. He knows the strike zone on a team that has a hard time working a 3-ball count.
Yeah,
this guy's kind of reminds me of like a young Jack Clark. I mean, he knows the zone. He's going to walk a ton. I think they ought to just play him every day, and just, if you got to anger the veterans. Well, personally, what I would do is I would try to move Chapman, but he's got a no trade.
Yep, he does.
He's got a no trade, and I don't know where you could move him. I mean, unless the Angels will take him.
I said the bench. You just signed the guy for 6 years. For how many millions? You're not putting him on the bench.
But I mean, Casey Schmidt is playing left field.
I'm gonna have to thump you. I'm gonna have to thump you like I try to thump other fans.
As Chapman,
you don't
playing
put guys making millions of dollars on the bench.
I'll say this: what I would do is I would DH Devers every day.
Okay,
and I'd play Eldridge at first base every day.
Okay,
and then Casey Schmidt fills in at between third, second, and left.
So he's playing every day. You're just gonna like bounce him around.
Yeah, and then I'm sitting Jung-Hoo, and I'll put Ramos in right if I have to. But I'm not
fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's ill construction.
I mean, Schmidt's a pretty good defensive player, and you're just gonna bounce him all over.
I know.
Hey, bro.
The
where
funny
you at
thing,
tonight? Right field. Good luck. You've never played there before.
The funny thing about
left tomorrow.
Schmidt is such a chill San Diego guy. He's just like, hey man, whatever.
And he's their best offensive player.
I know, he's terrific.
That's the one. You hit on something that I don't think people give enough credence to. If you start messing with guys who are actually performing by not playing them, your locker room is gone.
Yeah.
They're like, why are we even here if you're not going to play guys
in May
who are performing?
Right.
Like, this guy's performing. He's probably No, I'm not going to say he is their all-star representative.
No doubt.
There's no question that Casey Schmidt's going to be would be. Still got a ways to go before the all-star game, and they still should do away with that. I'm tired of the
everybody gets a rep.
Everyone gets to play. Aren't we done with the juice box, orange slice era? Let's go. If I can just get the best guys. Although I don't really care anymore since it's an exhibition. When it counted for something, I'm like, why we have somebody from a team that's 20 games below 500? They could be batting in the 8th inning, determining who has home field in the World Series.
Can I say my biggest argument with the All-Star game is the way it looks. Like when I think of the All-Star game, I think of Bo Jackson hitting it out at the Big A over Big
Russell, Big Daddy.
But Bo Jackson was wearing the blue Royals, and Big Daddy was wearing his bloused whatever Giant jersey. I don't want to see some drab gray and brown with a little kind of cool looking insignia that says Yankees here, or Mariners here. Nobody from the upper deck can identify anybody outside of Aaron Judge. It's like, who is that? Who's that? I don't know. Play the. I don't like it in basketball, but I really don't like it in baseball.
I don't like it either. Okay, so play Eldridge every day.
Schmidt
bounces around,
and
the problem is he may be playing second. Then you got to rest Arise. Who's your next best hitter?
Who's awesome.
He may be your best. Those may be your two best hitters on your team right now.
Who Giants fans openly bitched about. Say he can't play defense. He can't do this. He's hitting 320,
and he is playing defense. He's actually been pretty good this year.
He's been amazing.
I know.
I mean, the guy is awesome. I mean, I'm so glad they have him, and I don't want to trade him. It's like just keep him.
Yeah, where would they be without Arise?
Yeah.
Oh, where are they now? Who gives a shit where they would be without him?
41,000 a night.
They'd be three. They'd be below the Rockies.
Yeah.
Like literally, when you're like neck and neck with the Rockies.
Well, let's see how this series goes. The Rockies may emerge as the top team.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 of the highest payroll teams in baseball have the worst record. Giants, Red Sox, Mets.
Yeah.
And there might even be one more in there somewhere. I know it's the Phillies, but the Phillies got hot and they're now over 500.
Look at the A's right now.
A's, Tampa, Cleveland, Milwaukee. How about those teams? I mean, those teams don't spend jack, and they're at the top of their divisions. It's pretty clear now. Like you look at, I've watched Milwaukee play a couple times, especially in like Mizorowski pitches.
Yeah,
he's like worth the price of admission, which for me is like turning on a TV. So it's $0. But you watch them play, and they literally have gone back to the 80s. We're not going to hit for a lot of pop, but we're going to play defense. We're going to steal bases, and we're going to pitch, and we're going to see where that gets us. And so far, it's gotten you to the top of your division. It's pretty amazing that in a world where it's all about spin rate and 3 true outcomes, that old school baseball can still win. Pitch, defend, and take some extra bases. You're going to be okay. And they've been okay.
Good GM, smart organization. They're making good moves.
Yep. All the Tigers are at the bottom too, and they got a big payroll.
Yeah. Harrison, by the way, going against the Giants on Monday. By the way, there's your all-star. There's your all-star.
They're like, oh, don't have him pitch.
There's people in Concord out where I'm at that are despondent over that. Kid went to De La Salle. He passed up UCLA to play for his hometown team. Now he's in freaking Milwaukee.
That's so classic too, because the two players they traded for Devers, Tibbs and Harrison, they were never going to see him.
Right.
They were in Boston.
Right.
And then Boston's like, we don't want these guys either.
Right.
It's like, oh shit. One went to Milwaukee. We could see them. One went to where? The Dodgers?
And he's raking in the minors.
You're not only going to see him, he's going to come back here and he's going to stick it up your ass
for like the next decade.
Oh no. We had that guy. He's going to be the new Muncie.
Right.
You're like, I can't believe it.
The Giants had no prospects forever, but still Bobby Evans found a way to trade Brian Reynolds away.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second. We had no outfielders ever, but the one guy who made the All-Star team, he traded for the Pirates.
Yep.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Speaking of the Brewers, Abner Uribe got suspended for a game. I'm guessing that was by the Brewers. that suspended him a game for his triple crotch chop. I'm sure you saw that against the Cardinals.
No.
Yeah, I forget who he struck out. Was it Donovan? It was pretty
I had
funny.
Niner mini camp going on.
It was pretty funny too. He struck him out and then they challenged. So I wasn't sure, but before they challenged, he did the Degeneration X at the Cardinal bench.
Yeah.
Triple crotch chop. And then they went to challenge. I was like, oh, this will be amazing.
Derek Lowe do that? Remember against the A's after he knocked out the A's, he did the
I don't think he did the triple though.
No, not the triple. Not the triple.
But he got suspended today. I think I think the Brewers suspended him for a game. Was it MLB that suspended him? Huh, interesting.
What rule did he break?
I don't know what rule he broke. That's a good question. What rule he broke? He must have broke some rule. That's why I thought Milwaukee would have done it, because internally they don't need to say, "Hey, it's a rule." They just. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 3 of them, baby. I mean, yeah, that was. I still wish it would have been overturned. That'd have been so awesome if they'd have said, "Oh, it's a ball. Sorry, throw that pitch again."
Yeah.
So, anywho, all right, let's get to the Niners a little bit. I wrote stuff down here. There may be more. I know, because I forgot stuff last time. I told you when I had Kyle and Lynch on, I had about 20 things I forgot to ask. And
Dude, that was epic.
There were some things I wanted to get into.
How sweet was that?
It was pretty fun.
I mean, you had the head coach of the Niners and the GM of the Niners in your freaking backyard.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Yeah.
It'd have been cool if I'd asked the questions I wanted to ask, but I forgot.
That's what part 2's for.
I did.
Get him back on.
I wanted to mention, I can get to this late. This is baseball related. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah.
With the contract. For those who don't know, Fernando Tatis Jr. got $2 million a number of years ago from this company. I forgot what the name of the company is. Gave him $2 million when he was a minor league baseball player. In return, he had to give them 10% of his contract until he was 35 or I forget what the length of it was, but 10% of his contract. So he signed a $350 million contract.
Right.
They're making out.
Right.
They gave him $2 million. They're going to get back $35 million. I guess they're trying to sue now, saying that they don't know him. It's like, bro, don't take the $2 million then. Yeah. What are you doing? Don't take the $2 million. You know what you should do? You should pay him per home run this year. You wouldn't owe him anything. How crazy is that? Is he hit a home run yet?
No,
I don't think Tatis has hit a home run yet.
He's been
It's a wild.
There's a lot of talk that they're going to trade him.
It's the wildest thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit a home run yet. I mean, I don't know if there's anywhere to go.
Chapman's got one.
Chapman has one. That's one more than Tatis.
It's amazing.
One more than us.
Yeah.
One more than us in back here in the backyard.
Drinking great Fieldwork.
Big League Advance. That's who it was. Yes. Now, Big League Advance has probably paid a lot of people that haven't made it to the big leagues.
Remember Jonathan Singleton for the Astros signed he barely played. He signed a whatever deal. I mean, if you
that was the Astros that signed him to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Astros. But I mean, if you know, I mean, like Bumgarner kind of signed didn't he? Bumgarner signed like a $35 million deal where he probably could have made like $100 million in that same span. Mm-hmm. So he took the money. I actually think it's smart if you're leaning. I mean, you played. I mean, but you're leaning on your body. At any point, your body could go out on you. That $35 million initial that Bumgarner signed, that took care of him, his family, his mom, his dad, all the people around him. And then the next deal, the $80 million deal that he got from the Diamondbacks or whatever, maybe took care of him. Now, did he leave some money on the table, or could he have gotten more for his grandkids if he had played it out year by year? Sure. But if he also, got hurt hunting coyotes with Hunter Strickland or whatever he was doing. Those guys told me they loved hunting coyotes. I remember that. That was a great story in spring training. But I mean, you get hurt and you're done. You're gone. It's over. It's nothing. So I don't know. Personally, those guys, I think that if you sign that first deal, to me, I think it would almost let you just go out there and compete the way you need to compete. Otherwise, I'd be so worried about I'm a free agent at the end of the year, but it's September and I felt an elbow twinge and got 3 more starts. And it's like, the stress of my body's breaking as I'm, am I going to make the money or not? I kind of get the guys who like take the money, take the bag. You know?
I never that every once in a while that'll come up. And I always hate people that argue whether they should have taken the money or shouldn't take the money, whether the team is kind of pulling a fast one by getting such a good deal. And I say the same thing you do. It's like, well, it could get hurt at any point. But my main point is always, why do you care? It's not your money.
Right.
It's not your money. This costs you nothing.
Right.
It's zero. Why do you care if he takes $70 million now or waits until all his ARB years are up and then sign? What do you care for? Why?
Yeah.
Who cares? I mean, did the Braves get a great deal with Ronald Acuna? Absolutely, they did. It was like 10 years, 100 million, or something like 8 years, 100 million, something like that. But guess what? He's blown his ACL out twice.
Right.
That could have ended his career. At least he has that money. Look at Albie's contract. Albie's was like 5 years for 35 million or 7 years for 35 million. Like, he's getting over. I mean, the Braves are getting over on that one too. But he signed it. He didn't have to sign it. So, look, sometimes teams get lucky and sign a guy. I've said when Bumgarner had that contract, Steph was in the middle of a 4-year, $44 million contract because his ankles. They didn't want to sign him to a huge contract extension, so they didn't know. He took it because, well, he didn't know. Like, I want to have at least something. That the Bay Area had the two best contracts in sports, Bumgarner's and Steph's. They're incredible contracts. Yeah. And Bumgarner was like, it's like 35 million for like 7 years, something like that. Right. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what do I care? I don't care. They didn't hold a gun to his head and make him sign it. He signed it. That's what he wanted to do.
And it's better for the team anyway.
It's better if they hit.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't hit, then it's not a great deal for them because the A's signed a whole bunch of guys this year.
Jacob Wilson.
Yep. The Braves signed a whole bunch of guys like over the last 2 or 3 years, right? And, if it hits, then you're golden. Like, if it hits, like for all those guys that it's hit on, Harris didn't have a good year last year. I think he's been pretty good this year. Acuna has been great when he's healthy. Albie's been fantastic. Olsen, they had to pay a little bit. Who's their third baseman? They signed
Riley.
Him. Yeah, Riley. They signed him to a long-term deal too. I know it wasn't great last year. I think he's been okay this year. But I mean, Strider got hurt. He's been okay. Coming back this year. So, the one guy they didn't sign is a Yankee now, Max Fried. Because
there's a lot of pressure on these guys through the union to not take a bone, any kind of a deal.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this: every football player that gets offered any kind of a deal, just take it. Just take it. Because I mean, you saw what happened to Ayuk's knee. I mean,
your contract.
You're never gonna.
Your contract could be over.
Yeah. The average career is 3 years.
Yeah, but it wasn't his knee.
Fleeting.
It was Ayuk got in the way of Ayuk.
Yeah, but I mean that knee broke him. As far as like, I don't know. What do you think's going to happen there? We've yet to see him do anything. I don't think.
I wanted to transition into the Niners and football, but so here's what I would do if I'm the Niners. I would keep him almost to the last second I can, and then I would release him. Like I for the people that say they don't owe him anything.
No,
they owe him nothing.
No,
are they going to get anything for him? Absolutely not.
Probably not.
No one's going to give them a 7th round draft pick because it's not about the 7th round draft pick. They then have to assume the contract. They don't want that contract.
Right.
You don't know how good this guy is going to be. He certainly isn't the guy that signed that contract anymore. But why would I want to help him go to some team, play well, and maybe I have to play them at some point? Like so the only reason you would do that if you're the Niners is because you don't want other players to think ill of your organization. Like, oh, you screwed the player, you did that. But Ayuk did this to himself. Like, Brent Jones was the first to bring this up last year. He's like, I hope he's okay. Because obviously no one gives up that type of money. And I started thinking, because I was more of like, fuck this guy. Like, what are you doing? But I'm like, yeah, I kind of hope like he has everything taken care of because nobody just gives up a contract like that. Nobody says, nah, keep it. We're good. I just want to go do my own thing. I was like, bro, you're giving up a ton of money there, a ton of money. But
while your body's broken.
Yeah. So I don't I don't know. I mean, it's one of the weirder things. I still think there's more out there that we don't know about. There almost has to be.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of anything like this before. And it hurt them last year because they didn't have then Pearsall gets hurt and their wide receiver room was just depleted, which is why they got an overabundance of guys this year, hoping that they can make it through. But I don't know. What do you think they're going to do with it? I think they're just going to hold them until the end and then say, okay, we'll release you now. We tried to get something for you. We couldn't. Good luck.
I mean, he wants to go to the Commanders.
Of course he does.
Nobody wants to take on that contract.
Yeah.
So I think the 49ers are just going to wait to the cut down day, and then they're going to cut him loose. Then he's going to go to the Commanders probably for a 1-year prove-it deal for some minimal amount of money, and he'll really prove himself next July in Commanders camp. But I think charting his career trajectory from here is going to be, we'll see. I'm not expecting, like, if he could be
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
that's his
if
fucking
he could play
career
right now,
trajectory now. Going over the cliff.
Exactly.
Poof.
But then the thing lands on his head.
Acme's a bitch.
But I just think that he's going to wind up, if he could play right now and he could run right now, he'd be putting video out right now that shows him doing it because it's in his financial best interest to do so. We're not seeing that. So I don't think he's going to play this year. I'd be shocked if he plays.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know how his body's feeling. I don't know what's in his head.
Yeah.
Who knows? They went from like having maybe the best. I thought it was them and the Eagles that had the best skill position players when Ayuk was healthy. When they had Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, I was like, beat that. And then Juwan Jennings as your third receiver. I'm like, there's not a lot of teams that can compete with that. Philly could at the time. I think they had Barkley. I'm not sure. It may have been before Barkley, but they had Smith and they had Brown.
A.J. Brown,
Goddard. Yeah, I mean, they were stacked too. But the Niners were like right there. And then last year was like, ooh, shit.
Slow.
They kind of need some guys.
Yeah, they were so slow.
They kind of need some guys. They like ran out of, they like had a whole bunch of dudes and then no dudes.
Yeah.
And it was like, Christian, take the ball and just do what you do.
Right.
Like he was like a Pop Warner running back. Take it. You want it again? You want it again? Can you handle more? We'll give you more. Take this. You want to catch some balls too? We'll throw it to you.
And they found a way to beat Philly with DeMarcus Robinson. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're I'll tell you what struck me was when I watched the Seattle game on the all 22 and I saw how little separation their receivers got. I thought, wow, this is amazing. This is the least separation I think I've ever seen on a football field. Sure enough, they just say goodbye to all those guys. They didn't go after Juwan. They brought in Evans. They brought in Kirk. They've added all these speedy guys. I think it's going to look quite a bit different. Yesterday on the field, it looked quite a bit different. Jordan Watkins, Jacob Cowing, Ricky Pearsall, all these guys can run, and it's kind of now or never for all three.
Yeah.
So, and they kind of know it, and good competition like that. I think the receiver competition this summer is going to be really intense.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the receiver competition, and Evans isn't a big separator, but he's just a man.
Yeah.
Like, he just knows how to use his body and catch the ball. Kirk's a guy that can separate, and he can get open. Pearsall, the only question I have is, can he stay healthy?
Right.
Because if he's healthy...
He's already proven he can play.
He can play.
Yeah, he can play.
He can play.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Watkins, Cowing, Stribling... I have no idea what those guys are like because I haven't seen them.
They can all play. I mean, they can all play. Cowing played at Arizona. Before that, he played at
he was
Utah.
great at Arizona.
He played with Teteroa, McMillan, and Cowing's got really great route running ability. He's just small. He's had hamstring problems, but I think he's over it. Watkins had 9 touchdowns his final year at Ole Miss. He stepped in for Trey Harris. When he went down, he was great. He looked terrific yesterday. I mean, I thought he looked the best of almost anybody out there. And then Kalen Black as a running back.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a major factor. He kind of looked like RB2 yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He really looks good. He's just strong and powerful and explosive, and he can really catch, even though he didn't catch it in Indiana. And he's just very strong leg, dry. strong leg drive, can be good in the low red zone, can be good in short yardage.
Yeah. Well, they didn't throw much at Indiana.
No.
I mean, they were old school. They were run the ball, throw it when we have to.
Throw to the receivers.
Exactly.
They Omar
throw
Cooper
to the receivers
and
were
Surratt,
good.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. So people got all freaked out about him not catching many balls. I'm like, well, go back to James Madison.
Yeah.
I think he caught 40. I think caught 44 this last year at James Madison before he transferred to Indiana. What'd you make of Stribling?
I mean, big, athletic, Ole Miss receiver with a lot of talent. I mean, a lot, and he's big too. I mean, I would say he's 6'2.5", 6'3", 210 pounds, blocker, very physical, but fast. You know, he was really good in the college football playoffs for Trinidad Chambliss. You know, and he played well in the playoffs. So, you know, the Ole Miss guys, until Watkins wasn't very good, they had been pretty prolific. Program as far as producing wide receivers, and I think Stribling's can be good. It always takes rookie receivers a while because it's so much more complex as far as the calls and everything, all the details. I mean, you have to be like where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and they're counting steps, and it's just you have a lot more free reign in college to kind of do what you need to do at the line of scrimmage. Everything's very precise in the NFL, so it's going to take some time, but I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. All right, over the last 10 years, you could have all the receivers from Ohio State or all the receivers from LSU. Who you got?
LSU. I'm going to take Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I like those
Neighbors.
guys. Neighbors. Yeah, I even think of Neighbors. But I love Jamar Chase. I mean, he's just so strong. Remember that year when they won the national?
You don't like Smith and Jigba?
I do. I do. Yeah, he's pretty freaking amazing too.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
Olave.
Yeah, Olave had a great year.
Harrison hasn't done much.
The guy this year is the best of them, I think. The guy that's with the Buckeyes now.
Oh,
right?
Smith?
Yeah.
He looks like Megatron.
I mean, he's like a man.
He's like
child.
Megatron too. It's like, oh, that's Megatron in like 20 years.
Yeah.
He's just, you look at him, you're like, he looks like a linebacker, not a wide receiver.
I mean, he would have gone in
He's
front of Carnell
massive.
Tate, and Carnell Tate went
easy.
4 or something, or 5.
Easy.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's so good.
It's a joke.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
He might go, well,
he's pretty crazy.
Oof, I don't know where he's going to go next year because all the quarterbacks coming out.
I know.
Can you imagine if you're like 4
a quarterback?
and you get
Which
him?
quarterback you like? This is going to be the quarterback draft of quarterback drafts. You believe in Arch? I kind of like Sellers a little bit.
Sellers is weird to me.
He's kind of hosed.
He does, but his accuracy is a little.
Yeah.
Arch Manning, I thought was really good at the end of last year.
Can run.
He's really athletic. That's not very like a Manning. Although Eli wasn't completely unathletic, but he wasn't athletic. But Arch could run. Like Arch could take it 40 yards to the house.
Yeah.
From the middle of the field. Who else do we have next year for
quarterback from Ohio State?
Yeah, I still need to see more of him.
Dante Moore from Oregon.
More of him.
The guy who's the gambler who's going to be maybe in the supplemental, Sorsby.
Oh, Sorsby.
From Cincinnati, who I kind of liked Sorsby, but
okay, yeah.
I mean, he's worried about his 3-team parlay.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
a bunch of guys though. Tennessee guy, Maivia or something.
Oh no, he's UCLA now.
Yeah,
Maivia is Aguilar. I think he was the guy Aguilar that came from Appalachian State, transferred to UCLA. Then Maivia went from Tennessee to UCLA. So Aguilar said, "Well, I don't want to be here." So he went to Tennessee.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the fuck's going on? Like, what are we doing out here?"
Get my Phil Steele and get up to speed on
need to Phil Steele
where everybody is.
I think those are coming out in like 9 or 10 days. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago, like what the Niners need to be this year to get back to a team that's going to compete for a championship. Obviously, they're Seattle and the Rams are tough division.
Yeah.
Although I think they're, if not the equal of those teams, they're right there, right there below. The offensive line has to be better, right? And 3.9 yards a carry. I think the last time McCaffrey was under 4 was his rookie year. There was a year, I think his 3rd year in the league, he was 3.7, but that was only 3 games. I think his rookie year was 3.8. Last year was 3.9. They could not run the ball last year. They just couldn't. And Kyle Shanahan, for all the innovative stuff that he loves to do, he wants to run the football. He wants to establish the run. How many times did you hear over the years, like, if we run the ball 40 times this game, we're going to win it. If we run it 40, like he wants to, but they couldn't run it last year. How do you feel about the offensive line going into this year and their ability to run the ball? Because they just have to. This team is built, when they're good, to run the ball. I don't know how much has changed from the offensive line last year to this year that you feel like, okay, they're going to be better running the ball this year.
They love Brendel, and I'm not sure why, but they really love Brendel. But I think Carver Willis is the long-term center. The guy who's made a big stride is Connor Colby.
Okay.
Colt McKivitz said yesterday, he's like, it's amazing how improved he is, and he's playing a lot faster. I think he's going to be the starter at left guard. It's going to go Williams, Colby, Brendel, Pooney, and McKivitz. I think there's a lot of things that went wrong last year. Their receivers didn't block well on the perimeter in the outside zone. That means a lot. They didn't get great blocking from anybody other than Kittle at tight end. Kittle missed some time. And so they're not blocking it well on the edges. And then they weren't blocking it well necessarily inside. Pooney regressed last year because of the injury. I think at the end of the year, he was playing much better. Beginning of the year, he was not playing very well. Brendel, I think lacks some pop in the run game. He's an okay pass protector, but I don't think he's a great run blocker. I know some of the numbers say that he is, but I kind of question that. And then Burford is not a great player at left guard. So I think Colby starts at left guard. I do think they'll run the ball a little bit better. They're going to throw it to their backs more this year too, I think. Just looking at Jordan James' skill set, looking at Kalon Black, looking at CMC. CMC, Tom, takes so many more hits when they ask him to run through the line of scrimmage than when they run him through the line of scrimmage and then just let him break to the open void and just drop it to him. And I think they're going to do more throwing to their backs this year to try to take some of the abuse off of him. I mean, the Niners have to get to the playoffs with a fresh and rested CMC. If they do, they got a great shot. I mean, in any year to win the Super Bowl. But I think it starts there on offense. The offensive line's got to be better. But I think it's really more about this. Also they had no speed last year. It was the slowest receiving group. Now they got a bunch of guys who can run. I think they're going to try to stretch the field, create a little bit more space, and you drop it to their backs and create some horizontal space. But yeah, I think ultimately they're going to need to be better offensively on that offensive line. It really starts there. If they're getting caved, I mean, the first play against Seattle in the playoff game, DeMarcus Lawrence just loops around and hits Purdy right in the face on the first play of the game. And Brendel had his back turned. He had combo blocked off to the side and then turned his back as the guy looped around right in front of him and hit his quarterback in the face on the first play. So it's like they have to be better across the board. And if they're not, I will say this, they have good depth on the O-line. There'll be good competition. If the starters aren't up to par, there'll be guys this year that are ready to compete with them.
Yeah, that to me is two things. One is the ability to run the ball, but first and foremost, they got to stop the run.
Yeah.
They haven't done that in a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And that used to be kind
DJ
of their
Jones, they missed him.
That was their hallmark.
Yeah.
Not only stopping the run, but getting to the quarterback. And last year they were abysmal getting to the quarterback.
They're worst.
But when you don't have Nick Bosa, and your line's kind of built around Nick Bosa, you lose him, it's going to be tough to get to the quarterback. So I think with Bosa back, I like where they're at right now. With Bosa, Adigizua, who's a guy who can get to the quarterback from the
He's looked great
interior.
In the
yeah. West, Collins are guys that are going to be able to stuff the run. And then, hopefully, I think the idea is Michael Williams on the outside, setting the edge on third down, move him inside, and put height on the outside, and let him kind of do a deep forward type deal, and him and Bosa. But that is like when the Niners were good, when the Niners went to the 2 Super Bowls, that was the tip of the spear, the defensive line. It hasn't been the last couple of years. No. It just hasn't been nearly good enough. So
they went from really, really deep there to signing guys as camp was going on.
Yeah.
Taco Charlton and all these guys. It's like, wait a second. A couple years ago, you
University
had all
of Michigan.
You had all, Michigan.
I'm going to know that. Taco Charlton.
Taco Charlton. But I mean, they brought in 9 Taco Charltons. And it's like, you know what? it was like real
Burger Fredrickson.
Yeah,
Like,
man, just like dudes, guys off the street. So they're really loaded right now. The guy who looks to me really
Taquito
good.
Jones.
Yeah. Kyle Kamaros looked pretty good. He's looked pretty good in the minicamp. They have good depth this year on the defensive line. I think they'll sack the quarterback a little bit more. Will they bring in Joey Bosa? Yeah, I mean,
quarterback was looking around last year going, you guys got anybody?
Oh, I know. I mean, they just had no ability to speed up the quarterback. And with young DBs and hurt linebackers and no pass rush, it's amazing they beat Philly in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, Philly was scuffling too, and I'm not sure.
Philly might have beat themselves.
I don't know if Philly's going to end up being this year. And it sounded like Philly had a lot of discord too. I don't know what it's going to be this year. But no, I love the fact that Greenlaw's back. Now, I don't know if Greenlaw's the Greenlaw that left here. I don't know. I mean, after the injury, people that think, oh, Greenlaw's back, who knows what he's like now. My question is, look, we know what Warner is, one of the best linebackers in the game.
Yeah.
What's Martin going to end up being? Because they trade away winners.
Yeah.
To get the draft pick because it's last year of his contract, and they brought in Greenlaw, so they figure, okay, let's get an extra draft pick. We can trade winners to Dallas. I know Martin didn't play last year, and a lot of people thought, well, that means he's not. Well, it's only 1 year, right? And Winters was really good last year. Bethune was really good last year. Like, they had guys that could play until Warner got hurt, and then it just kind of became untenable. What do you think of Martin? Like, is Martin? I know he can run. I've read that over and over and over again, but can he play?
Yeah, I know. I love Martin. Now, there are people, that think that Martin can't play and that he's not very good, but I think he is really good. I think Raheem Morris is going to use Martin, Duggar, and this kid Larry Worth. They just signed out of Arkansas. They're going to use them as kind of hybrid defenders. I think they're going to run Martin as a blitzer at the quarterback. One thing we saw a lot in the minicamp yesterday, Tom, is that Raheem's using a lot of 5-man fronts, and they're gonna send these hybrid players at linebacker at the quarterback, and I think he's gonna. I think that Nick Martin and Raheem Morris, like Nick Martin, someday is going to build a house, and he's going to put the up next level of his house, and it's going to be the Raheem Morris wing because Raheem Morris is going to make Nick Martin a lot of money because Raheem Morris knows how to utilize pass rushing linebackers and athletes. And he did it last year with Jalon Walker and James Pierce in Atlanta. And I think he's going to do it again this year. Jaden Duggar, Larry Worth, but most specifically, Romello Height and Nick Martin. I think he's going to use Nick Martin in 5-man fronts and run him at the quarterback on delayed blitzes. I think Martin is going to wind up loving Morris, and Morris is going to wind up loving Martin. So Martin played 14 snaps last year. He made 7 tackles in 14 snaps. That's a good ratio. I really believe in him. His last year at Oak State, he had 130 tackles. He had 26 reps at 225, so he's really strong. He ran 4.53. He's a little wild. He'll overrun gaps. He's a little undisciplined, but I think Raheem is going to know exactly how to utilize him. And I think he's going to blossom under Raheem. I really think that's going to be one of the key guys, Tom. I think at the end of the year, we're going to go, well, nobody thought, going into the year that Nick Martin was going to be this. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be that level of a bust out under Raheem.
So you're thinking 1,000 snaps, 500 tackles.
I'm thinking all pro, and they'll build a building in Manhattan with his face on the side.
Man's going to set
they'll
the
change
NFL
Mount
record
Rushmore.
for tackles.
It will be the presidents and Nick.
Where are you at with the defensive backfield?
A pass rush, when you have no pass rush, you could have Dion and Willie Brown in their prime on the corners. You could have, Ronnie Lott. You could have anybody that you want back there. If you have 20 sacks and you have no rush, those guys are all going to look bad. So all the guys back there look worse than they are. And think about that. Upton Stout looked pretty good last year. And Jair Brown looked bad, but Malik Mustafa, Marquise Siegel, all those corners, whatever they looked like, they're going to look better because the pass rush is going to get better. It was historically bad. So I really kind of like the young DBs. I love Stout. I think he can play. He's a really good nickel corner. I really like Bernardo Green. He's played a lot of man, and they play a lot of zone, and it is different. And just yes, if you can play man, that's better than if you're only a zone corner. But guys who played nothing but man and they asked to play a lot of zone, I mean, there's a learning curve there. So I really like what they have at corner. I think this is the deepest corner group they've had.
Green, to me, sometimes he gets a little nervous on deep balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just gets lost and gets like he gets antsy,
loses
like,
a little poise.
Yeah, just grabs, or like they're just
Luder too.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, no, I totally agree with you on the. We need a couple more beers.
Some of the chats. $2 said Larry needs a refill.
Larry needs a refill. They don't give a shit about me anymore, I guess. Huh?
It's awesome.
They're like whatever. What's up, Bum? No, I'm with you. Like if you can't get to the quarterback, it's almost hard to talk about your defensive backfield because you're leaving them hanging out to dry. I do
Jair
like
Brown's better than people think. A lot of people rip Jair Brown. He's better than people think. Marquise Siegel, better than people think. Malik Mustafa, better than people think. I think a lot of their DBs are better than people think. They just have no pass rush up front. When you have no pass rush, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Where are you at with Shanahan and Lynch?
First of all, I think Niner fans should be really appreciative of the fact they have Shanahan and Lynch, because you and I are keenly aware of where this franchise was at pre-Shanahan and Lynch.
Yep.
So they're held in a higher regard because of both. So they're both really, really valuable guys. Lynch, I think, gives the 49ers true credibility. They have credibility in their own building. They have credibility around the league. And John is one of the most credible people there is.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm a John fan. I mean, you and I did a show during the pandemic, and
take your Ghostbuster beer.
And my mom and dad passed during the pandemic, and John was like, sent me a note, and he's just really, really a good person. And I'm really like John. I think the Niners allow their coaches to have a huge impact on the draft process, more so than a lot of teams. A lot of teams lean on their scouts more. There's good and bad from that. The bad side of that is that you may not go for your coaches are thinking about this year and next year, where the scouts are thinking about who's going to be the best player long term. And so coaches are more apt to take players that they can get on the field right away and that can help them keep their job, as opposed to the best player, but he's not going to be a player he's not going to really fulfill his potential long term. So I think the Niners, and that's the downside. The upside is that you get to the mini camp, and a lot of teams get to the mini camp and they're like, hey, the scouts wanted this guy, and this guy doesn't fit my scheme. And there's a lot of head butting between scouts and coaches in a lot of organizations. There's none of that with the 49ers, because the Niners engage their coaches and challenge their coaches to go do a lot of the scouting process. So I think there's more buy-in there from the Niner coaches. But I think overall, the regime is a good regime. Shanahan, I think, should do what Shanahan's best at, which is calling plays, sequencing plays, and he should allow the personnel people and experts to do more of what they do. And I think, they should listen a little bit more to their scouts. I think it's proofs in the pudding, and look at their day 3 picks. Somebody picked Brock Purdy. Somebody signed Azeez Al-Shaair, but those are really hard personnel evaluations. But then somebody also took Drake Jackson in the 3rd round and took, so Dante Pettis in the 2nd round, and CJ Beathard in the 3rd round, and Ahkello Witherspoon in the 3rd round, and Reuben Foster in the 1st round, and Solomon Thomas. And there's a lot of misses in the early round. So I kind of feel like they should at least figure out why they missed, and try to compartmentalize. But you're not going to get a better tandem. And I would not, even though they haven't drafted efficiently, I would not rip the organization away from, I wouldn't fire guys and then try to hope that you find another coach, hope that you find guys that like each other. I would just, what I would do is if I was, Shanahan, or if I was Jed, is just try to encourage them to do what they do best. And John, if your best is to build consensus, then build consensus. Kyle, if your best is to call and sequence plays, then call and sequence plays. And if we got some other guy in the building who's best at finding, this corner or that linebacker, this defensive end, let's lean on him. And let's not force Kyle to do every major role in the organization. I think he's doing an awful lot. Walsh was a great coach, but Walsh drafted Keith DeLong. He drafted James Owens. He drafted all kinds of guys that didn't work out. They're hard skill sets and they're really difficult jobs. And I just think that it's a great regime. I think they should have at least 5 more years to figure it out, but nobody gets forever. Yeah. And if at that point, if it's not happening, I could see them kind of walking away and saying, "Hey, look, we tried, but it's not working out."
Yeah. My thing is, if you get rid of somebody and they have a job within a week, you probably shouldn't have got rid of that person.
Yeah.
He would have a job within a week.
Yeah. Shanahan, 5 coaches would get fired. The day that Shanahan decided he was walking away, 5 NFL coaches who weren't planning on being fired would be fired just for the possibility that they could, hey, we might be able to get Kyle. Yeah, let's get rid of our guy.
Same with Steve Kerr.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Kerr, if they let Steve Kerr go, there'd be teams that were like, yeah, we're going to fire our head coach. You want to come coach us? Like, that to me is the definition of having a good coach. If they would get a job within a week.
Yeah.
The Niners have that guy. Has he won the big one? I hate when people say he hasn't won the big games. He has. He's won playoff games. He's won road playoff games. Those are big games.
He's 9-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah, he hasn't won the big one. He just hasn't when he lost to maybe a top 5, top 6, whatever quarterback of all time. And
I mean, think about that.
I know they weren't happy with me when they were over here and I brought up Mosley.
But think about that for a second.
No,
think about
he
that.
wasn't happy. Fuck him, I wasn't happy.
I mean,
it was some bullshit.
You lost.
You don't bite on that in route. I let it go though a while ago.
It's like Kyle Shanahan.
Son of a bitch.
You're terrible. What do you mean? You lost to Patrick Mahomes with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
You lost to Patrick Mahomes with Brock Purdy. I mean, you probably could have beaten them with Brock Purdy, but it didn't happen. I mean,
remember, he gets blamed for losing the Falcons Super Bowl too.
Right.
He's the only offensive coordinator in the history of offensive coordinators that gets blamed for losing a Super Bowl. The head coach didn't even get like, what are we doing?
That was your first interview with him.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that interview.
Yeah, he was.
That was an extensive, long interview where you guys interviewed him, but you also questioned several of the moves.
Well,
in that
I felt like I had
Patriots
to because
28-3.
Well, no, not because it was 28-3 because I bet the Falcons. So,
but you had that.
I had intimate knowledge seared into my head. Not only did I bet the Falcons, I had the under and the Falcons money line. Falcons +3, Falcons money line, Falcons under, all. As soon as it went to overtime, they're all gone. So yes, that was a real time questioning when Julio caught that ball at the 22, and I thought just be conservative, just run the ball the first couple plays.
Yeah,
sack, hold. Oh shit! Oh, as soon as I didn't get that, I'm like, okay, nah. So yeah, I remember when I asked about it, and it was really good though. He answered it.
He's honest. I mean,
it hurt. Like I could tell it hurt him when he was like talking about it because he was like, shit.
Lynch said it. He's like, Kyle's got truth serum. Yeah. Kyle will tell you the truth, man. He will tell you the truth way more than they probably want him to.
Yeah. Now
he was very truthful in that interview.
That was one of the things that I didn't get a chance to ask him because it just didn't happen. But like how he handles clock management. Like, does he have someone that's in his ear? It's hard to like pin a coach down because there's so many scenarios, right? There's the end of the first half. Do you get the ball coming back in the second half? What yard line do you have the ball on? Like, how's your team playing? What's the weather like? Like how many timeouts the other team have. Oh, there's just so many things. But I wish I would have asked him like how he handles like clock management. Not in every specific situation, but just kind of like case, but not case by case, but generally speaking, how would you handle clock? I wish I would have asked him like clock management, stuff like that, how he dealt with that. I asked him a little bit the analytics and stuff like that, but clock management always fascinates me because some coaches are so good at it. And I know he gets ripped for it. I don't know that he's done things that I've looked at and go, that's not great.
He believes in that steal the extra possession, and he wants to defer to the second half.
So do I. I always do. You not believe that?
No, I do. I do, but I
that.
do believe there are situations to go against that. And that is if you have an offense that's really in awesome rhythm that you're playing against and you want to disrupt that rhythm, and you want to play ball control, if you can somehow, keep the ball away from them for a long period of time, I do believe like some of the Mahomes teams they've played, I like the idea of, especially if a team brings tremendous momentum into the game. I like to, and I know I need to play ball control to win the game. I like to start with the ball, especially if I don't think my defense can stop them. And some of these times I feel like Kyle's deferred to the second half, but he then doesn't have the defense to make the stop. And then, so now it's a long drive. And now you're down 7-0. So I personally, I understand why he wants to do that. And I think it's smart, but you can be overly tied to it. And there's got to be some scenarios in which you wouldn't do it.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I haven't found that scenario because the scenario you're coming up with, if my defense sucks that bad, I'm getting my ass kicked anyway. So it probably doesn't matter if I get the ball or don't get the ball. My whole thing with that is it's the only time during the game I can get back-to-back possessions without a turnover.
Right.
The only time I can get it. So unless I think weather is going to be like a major factor, like weather comes in at halftime and just like there's a blizzard. Like I think
what if you're going against an Eagles team that has has a lot of sacks, a really dominant line, and you don't feel like you have the ability to protect? To me,
well, then I'm never going to be able to protect anyway.
But I'm worried about losing connection on the scoreboard, and so I want to take the ball and see if I can get a lead, so I don't have to play from behind against a team. If I don't feel like I have a defense that can stop them, and they've got a heavy pass rush, maybe I would like to take the ball and see if I can run the ball and dominate the time of possession enough to limit the the total number of touches.
Yeah, but I can still do that down 7-0.
Yeah, you could.
I can do it down 3-0.
But as you get further disconnected on the scoreboard, your offensive line, it seems like the Niners,
but
especially in a play action scheme where the Niners love to run the ball, establish the run, and play action off that. If you fall behind, now they don't honor those play action fakes.
I mean, no, that's true. Someone's backing up. Can we stop backing up, please? Okay, can we go forward? No, look, I mean, you're bringing up points, but I still say this. If I'm worried about that much, then I'm probably going to get my ass kicked anyway.
Yeah.
So I am outside of weather.
Weather's another example.
I'm staunchly
weather's another
on the defer.
Monsoon coming or something like Chicago against Trey Lance.
Well, I could give you a perfect example, but it's not a perfect example because I don't know if they knew the weather was coming. But in the AFC Championship game,
right,
when Peyton should have kicked that field goal,
right,
he should have known weather was coming in the second half.
Absolutely,
you'd have been up 2 scores.
Yeah, that was.
Now they didn't have anything to do with the kickoff, but yeah, if I think weather is coming at a certain time, then I'll take the ball first because I want to get as many possessions as I can before heading to halftime. And look. If halftime comes and it's a blizzard and I got to kick off, great. Nobody might score in the second half. We're good to go. But other than that, and there's another thing that I know Kyle went against this, and I should go back and watch it one of these days. But in the Super Bowl, second Super Bowl against the Chiefs, Kyle took the ball first in overtime. And the reason was the defense was so gassed that he didn't want to put the defense back onto the field.
Right.
And I think, I still think from the time the Chiefs tied it. There was like a 7-minute gap. Timeout, coin toss, timeout again, kickoff. I think it was like 7, 8, 9 minutes. And I could have called the timeout to start off overtime too, give myself another couple minutes. But that's another one. And I know that if your defense is that tired, you think, well, let's give them a breather.
Yeah.
But to know what I have to do is such invaluable information. Do I have to go for it?
The Chiefs were thrilled.
Do I have to go for it on fourth down? Right.
You saw Dave Taub. Dave Taub was like, "They want the ball? Great."
Yeah. Well,
great.
No,
we wanted them to have the ball.
I understand their reasoning. I just don't buy it. Like to me, unless you're like vomiting on the sidelines and like, we can't go. We can't. Like, there's no way we can play defense.
Miami with Winslow and the Chargers back in the day.
Suck it up. Yeah. Get your ass out there. If you need me to, I'll call a timeout. Before the first play, I'll call a timeout. I'll give you because timeouts I think are still longer in the Super Bowl than they are in the regular season.
Yeah.
I'll give you another 4 minutes if you need it. But I gotta have the ball second. I gotta know what I'm working with there.
You gotta know what you need to do.
I can't go blind. I can't fly. That's another one that is almost like no matter what the situation is, I'm always gonna take the ball second when it comes to overtime. But yeah, I'm a defer guy all the time. But yeah, those are things that I like. Again, I would have liked to ask him to like kind of get his, because I know he's a defer guy too for the most part.
Yeah.
And in fact, I can't remember a time where he hasn't deferred. But again, it just makes sense to me.
Right.
That double dip. If I can get that double dip where I score and then bang score again, it's like I could score 14 points. You don't get a chance to touch the ball.
It's also it's where he's comfortable. He's comfortable in that routine. And being comfortable as a play caller is a big part of it. So yeah, I mean, I think he's got overall, I think the Niners are really lucky to have this regime. They haven't gotten it done yet in the biggest game, but I think they'd be wrong to abort the mission and go in a totally different direction. I think that would be that would be foolish. I really think it would be a bad mistake if Jed did that.
I agree. All right, I'm going to ask you this you've gotten to see 4 Warrior championships, 3 Giants championships. A number of 49er championships, but it's been a while. I'll ask you the same question I asked Lynch and Shanahan. And I should have phrased this differently. I should have phrased it as fans. Because I phrased it as, my question was, in a 10-year span, would you rather make the playoffs every year? Maybe get to a Super Bowl, but you're going to make the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
You're never going to win it, but your team's going to make the playoffs. Or would you rather have a 10-year span where you win a Super Bowl or a world championship, make the playoffs one other year, and then don't make it for 8 years?
I want the championship.
So, okay, why?
I want the championship because I think that when you win the championship, the value of your franchise goes up. I think.
What do you give a shit about the value of the franchise? You're not making any money.
No, but I think overall,
what are they fucking paying you dividends?
Yeah,
are they sending you checks?
I'm getting checks.
Crew's getting checks from the local team.
I would say though, overall,
you get is a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I want to win. I want to win the title because, making the playoffs in the NBA, I don't. Everybody makes the playoffs. Making the playoffs in sports just becomes easier and easier.
Okay.
Winning championships is something that lasts forever, and I would want that one championship. Now, I agree with Shanahan though. The losing of 8 years or 9 years would be like, what? Come on. I think it's because I haven't seen that championship. I want it so bad, but I'm with him. I really believe you almost have to be like maniacal about the championship at this point if you're going to get it. So I
agree with him because I wish I would have phrased it to him as a fan.
Yeah.
As a coach, of course he wants. And not only does he want the Super Bowl, he's already had the good years of making the playoffs, making the Super Bowl. So he's like, I got that. I don't need that anymore. I want the Super Bowl. So I get it. And I think most coaches would say that.
I'm gonna have to hit the head one of these.
Oh, you can go.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, help yourself. So go in the door. Go in the door.
Pounding beer.
And go through the living room Take a left and a left. And don't piss near my TV. That's not the bathroom. I don't want to be a break. So I'll bring this up to people that didn't watch last show. Is it fucking shut your car? Thank you. Jeez, what's going on in the neighborhood today? We got cars backing up. We got cars alarms going off. Like I feel like I'm the only person that gives this like some thought, like what is better? Because I think everybody's so tied up into championships. Like Krug was quick. Give me the championship. And I think most people would say, I want the championship. I don't know. Do you want the sweatshirt? Do you want the number one foam finger? Would you want to? Because it's one more game, right? It's the communal experience of winning a championship, sharing it with your family, sharing it with your friends, and just we won. We're the best. It's the end of the season, and we've won the last game. We're the best. So it's one more game that you've won that nobody else has won. I get it. Like, look, if we could, would I have liked to win 2 more games my senior year at Arizona? Yeah. I mean, that was great, but I was only there 2 years. Made the tournament both years. But, I mean, it's not, to me, it's not just about, because I know you said making the playoffs isn't that hard, and I agree with you. But I did toss in that you'd make a couple finals and make a couple deep runs. It's about the experience of 4 months of watching good baseball or good basketball or good football. Like, can you imagine? Well, I was going to say, can you imagine 8 years of a team that sucks? Well, the Giants are kind of in the middle of that right now. The Giants are – I feel like we're watching shitty baseball year after year. We had the one blip that was 21. Like, 21 kind of like woke us out like, whoa, wait, what? That's what good baseball looks like. But it was kind of shit before, and it's been a little kind of shit after. But, like, I'm an Angel fan. Yeah. I know what watching bad baseball is like. The season's over for me. I have no rooting interest the rest of the year. None. I still watch them. Yeah. I like watching Trout play and some of the younger guys. But, I mean, it's over. It's done. And that's like 8 years of that for like one championship. And they had their championship in 2002. It's been a while. That doesn't even count anymore. But I guess I wonder why. I'd have to conduct a study. Why more people would want the championship? Because you said it pretty quickly, like, give me the championship.
Well, I think most
people would agree with. No, I think most people would agree with you.
Yeah,
they want that championship.
As a fan, I want that
Max championship. Oh, he wants the 10 years. Ogden championship or 10 years? Well, shit.
Well,
maybe I'm wrong.
Here's the thing.
Like a man with orthopedic shoes, I stand corrected.
For my YouTube channel, I want the 10 years.
There you go. Very, very pragmatic.
Because bottom line is, I'm talking Niners, and if they're checking out, if they're done in October, and then it's like November. I mean, I'm not used to that, and so I wouldn't want that. But in the pursuit of the championship, I mean, look how exciting it's been. I mean, I've been to New Orleans, I've been to Miami, I've been to Vegas. I mean, there's just been, I don't know. I mean, I personally, as a fan though, I want that 6th ring. I also kind of want it for John and Kyle, for Brock, to a lesser degree for Jed. I want to see these guys. They're going to all be kind of made men if they can just get this ring.
You don't care.
I don't care really about Jed. I don't really care about Jed, but I do care. I want to see John and Kyle and Brock get those rings because I want to see this era validated for what I believe it's. I think it's a really special era. They've had a great run here.
We think Brock's going to buy you a truck or something like it is Lyman if they win a championship? Yes. Is that why you're rooting for him?
I want that truck. No, but I mean, this is a guy who I think has just been thoroughly disrespected.
Still to this day, it's amazing.
And he's a terrific guy. And it's like, you know what? He's a competitive guy. So I really
Chris
do
Sims
like
had him 17th on his quarterback list.
Come on.
And I was just
he's probably 7th.
I just feel like it's so disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
Not that it matters.
No.
Like none of this fucking matters, and it's all for content. And who gives a shit when you rank somebody? Like I said this, when was it last year? I was talking about this. It was basically Mahomes, Burrows, Allen, Jackson, and then I put Stafford up there, but he was in a different category because he's older.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, I'll take Purdy.
Yeah.
I'll take him five. I'll take him 5 or 6.
I feel about it.
I go, but if you want to take Herbert, or if you want to take one of those, I go, that's fine.
To me, he's in that group with like Herbert,
maybe
Drake May,
maybe Daniels,
and him.
Who else is in there?
Maybe Caleb, if you want to throw Caleb in there. I don't personally. I think Purdy's better.
But I mean, he's in that conversation to me. And I just Goff.
Goff's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you put Goff in there. I think he's there. I think. I mean, it depends.
Darnold's won a Super Bowl now.
I mean, if you have an offensive line, Goff's about as you can't get a lot better than him in play action. No, like Goff's pretty fucking good.
But he's also totally immobile. So if
if the offensive line breaks down, he's a statue. He gets
to rush him.
But it Hurts is the other guy. He took a hit last year, but no, he's in there. Like, and I said, look, if you guys want to have the conversation and you wouldn't take Purdy, I go, I'm fine with that. But I go, don't just say he's not in that group and throw him outside the group and like he's 15, 16, 17. And if you watch him play, you're like, and my theory was people can't get over the fact he was the last pick in the draft. They had their opinions early on. And they can't get away from their opinions. They don't want to be proven wrong. So any chance they get, if Purdy plays bad, to say, "Aha, see, I told you." And now I'm at the point where it's like, well, of course he's going to play bad occasionally. They all do,
right?
Like, I mean, I think he's answered enough questions where I'm like, you know what? He could play in this system. He could play in that system. He could play in your system. He could play in my system. Is he going to be better with Shanahan? Yes. Most quarterbacks would be better with Shanahan. Of course they would. But when you get drafted last, people have a hard time just disassociating themselves with that and not thinking about that anymore, just thinking about what did you do in the big leagues? Who cares if you got drafted anymore? What did you do when you're with the big boys? I mean, the guy's been pretty amazing. And for those that say, well, look at all the talent he had around him. He had no talent around him. Well, I shouldn't say no talent. That's not fair. But Kittle was hurt most of the year. McCaffrey was there. The wide receiver room was decimated. So
no Debo.
Yeah, I feel like every once in a while I get back on the soapbox and talk about it. I try not to because I feel like I could every week.
Yeah.
But it's like, fucking, do we have to go over this again? Like, do we really have to go over this again? It's unbelievable.
I mean, what the guy did, I was in Philadelphia for Niners-Eagles. Granted, in hindsight, Eagles are coming apart a little bit. You know, A.J. Brown and Sirianni and Hurts, and they had their own soap opera. But that was more on the offensive side with Kevin Patullo. On the defensive side, they still had a lot of the same guys that were part of their Super Bowl champion defense.
Yeah.
Still a pretty good defense. Brock Purdy went in there, lost George Kittle on like the first series. That was emotional. Okay. Didn't know he was not going to have Kittle. Didn't have anybody really. JJ didn't do anything. Pearsall didn't play. He played. I don't remember him playing. Demarcus Robinson was his number one wide receiver. And he went and it was windy. It was freaking cold. It was like 30 degrees, but it felt like 18 with the wind. The wind was howling. This is at 2:30 in the afternoon. I was
standing. Are you a meteorologist now?
Well, I was standing in.
It's 30, felt like 18. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I did an interview.
Felt like 18.
I did an interview.
That felt like 20.
On the
like
pregame
18.
show. I'm standing in the sunshine next to the stadium at 2:00 in the afternoon before the game. And I was freezing. And this guy goes out there in the cold with no weapons and just beat the Eagles and just threw, dime after dime after dime, moved around. I mean, the guy's an incredible player. He really is. The offensive line is kind of His weapons last year were The running game was inefficient. The defense was not good. And they still beat the Eagles on the road in Philly. So I'm a big Purdy believer. I think that if he ever has what Hurts had a couple years ago, a killer line, a run game, and a defense, he is going to win the Super Bowl for sure. I really believe that. And I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in him. That's great. He actually thrives on that. And, it's probably best for him if people just keep doubting him. Because that's
I just don't understand what evidence they have to show me that he isn't up to the task. I mean, he gets extra yards by scrambling. He can run.
Yeah, very quick.
I mean, you don't think he's fast. And
the guys in the room totally believe in him too. I'll tell you, what was the biggest one for me, Tom, is I was in the locker room after Niners Dolphins, not that after the post game, but like a couple days later. And when the Niners came back into that room for the next week of practice for Tampa Bay, this is 2022. I'm like walking in that room going, you know what? The players are going to tell you how they feel about Brock Purdy by what kind of vibe there is in that room. If it's somber, then they don't believe in this guy because Jimmy's done for the year. And instead, it was the exact same that it's always been. Guys are spoofing and loose and having fun because they believe that Brock Purdy could do it. And, the players believed. And if the players believe, why wouldn't any of us?
No, I'm with you. All right, let's get to a couple of things on my list.
Yeah.
Since I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget them because they're so important. They're really not. What'd you make of the I don't need I'll bring it up just because I wrote it down. If I wrote it down, I'm gonna bring it up. What'd you think of the Jackson Dart Abdul Carter? I don't even know call it it's not even a dust up. It was just like for those that don't know, Jackson Dart introduced President Trump at a rally for like a governor or whatever it was. And then Abdul Carter came on Twitter and said, "Yo, what are we doing, man? Like I'm not sure why he decided to air it out. He told us why today in a press conference. But what'd you think of that whole thing?"
Well, I mean, I just think we're at a point in history that everybody's so divided that it's like, it's amazing that people had the reaction. I mean, this guy, whether you agree with the politics or not, if the president of the United States asks you to introduce him, that's pretty much an honor in most people's standards. So I didn't have a problem with Dart doing it, but I kind of agree with what Abdul Carter said today, which is, hey, look, if you want to be all about that, that's fine, but then you can't be against me when I'm kind of against you for being all about that. I'm going to be all about what I'm about. I mean, it's a very divided country. Politics and sports, have mixed forever. It was a major part of the 1960, I guess, election between Kennedy and Nixon. So I don't know. I mean, who got the vote of or the voice of Jackie Robinson? Who did he side with? That was a big deal back then. So I would say that it seems like if athletes want to put themselves in the political discourse, they should be able to without being ripped. And for people to be going on a soapbox ripping him, I think is crazy. And then at the same time, if you're going to put yourself out there as all about a political candidate and then you become synonymous with the polarization of that candidate, then you can't be upset when people are pushed by those buttons and push back on you. So I don't think I think Dart was well within his rights. I think Abdul Carter was well within his rights to voice his discontent. And I hope it ends there because, I think what we have to get to a point is that we don't necessarily all agree, and that's fine. That's life. But we got to be a little bit more respectful in how we disagree with one another, especially in a sports context. You shouldn't allow your locker room to be fractured because you have guys that vote for Trump and guys who vote for the Democrat candidate and they don't see eye to eye. Nick Bosa is a very publicly outspoken pro-Trump. In the Niner locker room, all the guys know that, and he's treated with respect and treated like everybody else. Now, he's not walking around the locker room saying, "Here, have this hat," and he's not trying to win people over. And I think if you go to that, he's not stumping for votes or anything like that. But everybody knows where he is, and yet there's a mutual respect there that's allowed to, so everybody can coexist. I think that's where every NFL locker room eventually has got to get to, right?
Well, I think every sports locker room needs to get there. And look, if you're a fan, do you really want to know what side of the aisle your favorite player is on, or your player? Just go hit each other in the face. That's like all we care about, okay? Just go hit each other in the face and we're good.
I mean, you did sports radio for a long time. You didn't politicize your show.
No.
Why? You could have. You just decided not to.
I just chose not to.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, I mean, if you're Jackson Dart and that's what you want to do and that's what you believe in, then go for it. You got to understand that it could be a distraction. You're the quarterback of the New York Giants, and some things that you want to do are going to affect the team. I think you have to contextualize that and say, do I want to do this and bring this type of either scrutiny or attention to the team in this light? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. If you're Abdul Carter, I don't. I mean, he said that he went out on Twitter to voice his displeasure because he wanted people to know where he stood. I don't think anybody woke up after Jackson Dart introduced the president. I don't think anybody in America woke up and said to themselves, I wonder what Abdul Carter thinks of this. Oh, hey, we know Abdul Carter said he's not down with it. Like, no one gave a shit. Like, he could have very easily said what he said to Jackson Dart.
Right.
He didn't need to go on Twitter and say that. And then he didn't need to go and say, well, look, I need to let everybody know where I stood. No one cared where you stood. And no one cares.
Right.
Most people just want to watch football and, again, watch you smash people. In fact, if you're Abdul Carter, and Giant fans probably would have appreciated you smashing more people last year than you did. So they're hoping you smash more people this year. Like I don't think people care that much, nor should they. Who cares? They play football. There's going to be a lot of Republicans in the locker room. There's going to be a lot of Democrats in the locker room. Just what I just, unless you're breaking the law. Like, look, if you're scoring 30 points and you're a pedophilia, I'm probably going to have a problem with that.
Right.
35, we'll talk. Okay? You're getting close. I might need 40. Man, that's pretty dicey stuff. But you give me 40,
you know how hard it is to score 40.
Maybe I'll look the other way. Possibly. Probably not, but you never know with 40. As far as, like, I don't care who you voted for. I really don't.
Yeah.
But as a player, you need to understand a lot of people do. And when you're the quarterback, you're the face of the franchise, whether you like it or not. And when you're the face of the franchise for the New York Giants, it becomes even bigger. So just things to consider. But I think this thing is probably, like, done, buried. It's over with.
And we also shouldn't assume that we know the makeup of how the locker room voted. I mean, I don't know.
Of course not. We have no idea.
Know. I mean,
there's a lot of Republicans in the locker room, even when you think there's a lot of Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like you don't know. And
athletes like their money.
I'll say this: the one thing I love about sports, and the one thing I love about covering sports, and I'm sure you love about participating in sports, is that so much of the bullshit gets parked at on the side. It's like,
yep.
The Niner locker room is. I'm in there all the time. I talk to guys every day. And man, they're working hard and it's tough and there's some badass dudes in there. But you know what? It's a meritocracy, as Harbaugh used to say. And these guys, they deal with each other on such a better level than I feel like the general population. You know, I think there's such mutual respect. Of course, not everybody agrees, but it's like, you know what? It's like respect. I don't know if it's the danger that's involved within the game or if it's the brotherhood of the players, but that's what I love about covering sports is that these guys are very direct with one another and they get that shit out in the open and they like, even though Abdul Carter's got an issue maybe with Jackson Dart, maybe Jackson Dart's got an issue with Abdul Carter. Guess what? It is not going to linger like some sorority house hen session. They're going to have it out. They're going to talk it out. They're going to say, hey, this is how I feel. The other guy's going to say, this is how I feel. And it's going to get talked about and solved, and they're going to move on. And that I find that to be very refreshing compared to life where stuff festers and people hate each other and family members break up over disagreements. It's like, that doesn't happen in pro sports. It's like, guys have it out. This is how I feel, bro, period. Fine. How do you feel? He voices, and then guys get beyond it. People move beyond it. I don't know why that is, but I like that about sports.
Yeah, until Abdul Carter knocks the shit out of him in camp.
Sacks him, throws him
you
down,
had the red jersey. I didn't
dislocates his shoulder.
I didn't see any red jersey. We got into the Hector Borg situation. We didn't really get into it, but I think we both agree they're kind of like, I mean, look, I don't mind them relieving him of his duties. Third base coach of the Giants, Ron Wotus, who we both like, is going to be filling in for Hector Borg. That's not the problem. Hector Borg is not the issue. He's not why the Giants are failing. He hasn't been good, and he's a name you know, so everybody can like say, well, yeah, get rid of that guy. That guy sucks. He's terrible. And guess what? If Hector Borg was the greatest third base coach in the history of third base coaches, they'd still suck right now. Okay?
Do you remember that team that won the World Series because of their third base coach?
No.
No, I don't either.
I don't remember him. When you come up with that team, let me know that team. Let me know that. Let me know
the
that
70, third base
An
coach.
Amazing third base
Oh
coach.
my God, they scored
Amazing
for
third
fun.
base coach. Where are you at on the 3-point line? Because I've come up with an amazingly easy fix for
As
the
far as
3-point line.
The massive amounts of 3-pointers shot.
Yes, how it's taken over the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. It's a lot of sameness. It's a lot of
I've
sameness.
said that for a long time.
Yeah. And the one thing I love about, like, I follow the Niners a lot, but you know me, my favorite sport to watch is not pro football, it's college football, because I like the fact that this team's going to pass, and that team's going to run, and this team's going to play a 3-3-5, and that team's going to play a 6-man front, and and there's more variety. So I like that. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more variety. I feel like everybody doing the same thing. I mean, like, it'd be really cool, like in baseball, I think of sometimes, what if we had like some teams that like were still like the 82 Cardinals, with like Willie McGee and Lonnie Smith and all these guys stealing and bunting and running, and instead we're like, there's so much pressure in these sports to like do it the right way. And so there's like an analytics right way, but it evolves and it becomes a copycat league. So it's like, everybody's going to go for it a lot more on fourth down in the NFL. Everybody's going to do this. And I'd like it if teams operated in a vacuum a little bit more and did what they wanted to do. And we had more variety of style. And I think we see that in the college.
Well, that's why I kind of dig what the Brewers are doing, what the Rays are doing. Can you? I'm not.
I don't love the overabundance of threes. It becomes very much. I've seen. You know what I really can't stand, Tom? This is the number one I can't stand. Guy drives into the lane. Okay, drives into the lane, and he's a freaking athlete. He's one of the best young players in the league, and he drives into the lane, and there's a guy that sort of is approaching him at the line. That's it. There's not two guys, just one guy. And I've seen so many times Jordan and Kobe and great two guards of the past give that guy a ball fake and somehow finish on the other side or dunk or whatever. And instead, that guy, just because there's that guy, a defender there, at the cylinder, turns and throws it to a guy. who's 28 feet away, who's got a guy closing down on him anyway. I mean, for a three.
I know.
And to me, it seems like, work for the best shot. It's like, oh, best shot. And then, oh, wait a second. It could be contested. No, screw that. 28-foot three. It just seems the percentages, I think, it's not working for the highest percentage shot.
Well, the analytics say that, I love that they say analytics say that threes are more than twos. I'm like, well, great. I'm glad they fucking told me that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Threes are more than twos?
Yeah.
Apparently they are.
By one.
But no, like I've said this for years now. 3-point line has taken over the NBA in a way that it wasn't supposed to. 33% equals 50%. 50% shooting was fantastic. Jordan shot 50% for the most part of his career. I think he might have ended up as a 50% shooter. But during his best years, 54, 53, 52, which was awesome for a guard to shoot over 50%. So the 3-point line was 33%. That equates to 50%. Well, now 33% shooters in the NBA don't shoot threes anymore because they suck. Guys are shooting 37, 38, 40, 42.
Yeah.
That equates to like 60% from two, 61, 62. So it's like it's way out of whack now. So with the evolution of the 3-point line, we got guys shooting deeper threes. We got guys shooting off the dribble, guys shooting off screens, guys shooting off fast breaks. Like everything's predicated on getting a 3-point shot. It's give me a layup, give me a free throw, give me a three. Those are the three. Those are your three true outcomes basically in basketball. 3-pointer, get into the paint, or get free throws. And I just think it's taken over so much that every offense looked for the same thing. They look for 3-point shots. Last night in the OKC San Antonio game, I think they shot 80 plus 3-pointers combined, which was about 42, 43% of all shots taken were 3-point shots. And I just thought, you know what? There's a whole area of the court that's being underutilized. It's called the mid-range. It's between the paint and the 3-point line. And they don't want that because, well, it's 2 points. Take a step back, you can get a 3-pointer. Why would you take a 2-pointer at that level? I mean, it makes sense. The numbers aren't wrong in this.
Have anybody met Bob McAdoo?
But I love Bob McAdoo. Love Bob McAdoo.
It was like the mid-range.
Oh, Bob
king.
McAdoo would be shooting threes now, though.
Yeah.
He'd be shooting threes. So here's my idea. Here's my simple idea. I've tried to come up with this. It's like it was so easy. I was like, how did I not think of this earlier? Sometimes genius gets stifled. It gets stifled behind hundreds of beers, thousands of beers. And then sometimes genius thinks it's genius when it's not genius, which is probably the case here. But so I thought, okay, can we widen the court and make the corner threes longer? Because that's what everybody hunts is the corner threes. No, can't do that. The arena's already built. They're not getting rid of those seats. Those seats are worth a lot of money. They're not going to make the courts wider.
I mean, eventually, as people get bigger, they're going to have to do it. But I mean, we're talking about
I don't know.
years from now.
Well, they're going to have new arenas. Or they're going to have.
Yeah.
So here's my idea. And again, in my mind, it's like light bulb. Oh, it's so easy. Take the top of the key three and just grab it and pull it out. So
To what? To the logo or something?
pull it out to 28 feet to where it's a deep three. And then not a lot of guys are going to shoot that three.
Kind of like when the league originally
So
started.
the break, you can do whatever you want above the break. You can't widen the court, but you can lengthen the court from a 3-point standpoint. So if you take the 3-point line, again, take it by the top and pull it out. Instead of 23 and a half feet, make it 28 feet. So think of the whole top being pulled way out, which is going to make that part of the court, I don't want to say unusable, but there's not going to be a lot of teams running plays for 27-foot 3-point shots.
Right.
So now you've opened up the mid-range below that line. 3-point line will still be available in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Those will still be the same distance. But now, without having to worry about you shooting above the break threes, I can deploy more of my defensive assets to stopping the corner three. So now it's going to be even harder for you to get a 3-point shot off in the corner because I've taken away, in essence, the top of the key three because I've made it too long for you to shoot. Now it's going to get back to a true 33% shot, 32% shot, where teams, Steph will probably take some, Dame Lillard, Porzingis, guys like that. There's a few out there that can hit that shot. But it's hard to take away the corner three and concentrate on the top of the key three because they can make that too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've taken that away from you, at least in essence, kind of taken it away from you. It's still there, but do you want to shoot a 28-footer? If you do, go ahead. If not, I'm going to take away the corner three, and now you're going to have to run your offense in the mid-range. You got to take more mid-range shots. So that's my solution to solving the 3-point problem.
It's interesting. Also, one thing that I think when we've talked about this before, but like big men who shoot threes. Like Bullard was 6'10".
Yep.
Dirk, 7-footer.
Yep.
Watching Wemby took that ridiculous Steph three, in game 2, I think it was, or game 1. And it was like, whoa, look at Wemby taking that. It's actually not as far for guys that tall, right? If you're 7'4", your whole kind of angle, it seems like the range. I wonder if you push the 3-point line out there, would the 3-point shot become a shot for just, a few select deep bombers and bigs? Because it seems like bigs can shoot with range. Like the way Wemby shot that deep three was like, whoa, it didn't even, it's like he's so big at 7'4". It was weird watching it.
I think he can shoot it because he can shoot it. I don't know that you gain an advantage because you're taller.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that puts you closer to the bucket per se.
Seems like your angle looks like a little bit.
Yeah, I think
different. I definitely could block it. It's hard to block.
Yeah, it's hard to block. No doubt about it. But I just think it's going to limit the number of players that are going to be willing to shoot that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to be running your offense for 27-footers.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point, is that above the break's going to be a lot longer.
I like the idea of what it could do to the mid-range.
I'm just trying to find a way to open up a part of the court
right
that has been dormant for about 15 years. Like nobody even wants to use the mid-range anymore.
Right.
They do because they have to sometimes, but it's like we don't want to. Our offense is designed, and this is why the NBA, to me, gets repetitive. Start off high pick and roll. High pick and roll, how are they going to play it? Are they going to trap it, throw it back to the big? If he can shoot threes, he can just shoot it.
Right.
If not, he can dribble in, kick it to the opposite wing. Are we going to switch it? Okay, we're going to switch it. So let's take the small with the big and run him through some screens and see if we can get him open on the weak side or the strong side. Doesn't even matter. But it's just so many NBA offenses start with the high pick and roll. And it's like, fuck, are we going high pick and roll again? That's really?
It's just so repetitive.
High pick and roll. High pick and roll. High pick and roll. So I just want, and I've said this before, this is what I like about the game in the 80s, the game that I played. It wasn't perfect because the three-point line was there, but we didn't utilize it as much as maybe we could. But the diversity in the game was there. Whether it's a turnaround jump shot from Bird, whether it's a sky hook from Abdul-Jabbar, whether it's a running hook from Magic Johnson, whether it's a Keem shake, everybody had their own like little signature moves, but they were inside the paint. I mean, nowadays, I don't even know if Kareem could play. They'd be like, nah, we don't want that shot. What are you doing?
Who in the league has
12-footer for two? Get out of here.
Sengun.
Get out of here with your 39,000 points. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sengun is like one of the only guys with an old school game.
Jokic
Jokic
definitely has an old school.
Not too many, though.
No,
as far as back to the basket, like Zach Randolph or something.
No, those guys don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they just don't exist.
And even Sengun and Jokic shoot threes.
Yeah.
Like everybody shoots threes now.
But all those like McHale drop steps and all that stuff.
Gone. Those moves don't exist anymore.
Yeah. And really amazing because McHale could finger roll to the rim. He could face up. You probably defended him.
Oh, you don't need to tell me.
I was going to say.
Well, defending him, you use that term loosely. Yeah, I was there.
I mean, how spectacular.
I was there when he was scoring.
Who was your hardest check?
Him.
Really?
His best post player ever played against.
I would have thought you would have said like Sean Kemp or somebody.
Nah, Barkley was tough. Malone.
Yeah.
But McHale, he had a counter for every counter and then a counter for the counter.
Well, and also
I'd stop him on two moves. He'd still find another move. I'd go, fucking pass the ball.
I mean,
I stopped you twice. Like, pass it.
There's big men that are 6'8".
I got you on me. I go,
and then there's big men like him. He was like 6'10", but he also just had this ridiculous length. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Coat hanger shoulders.
Yeah, I remember his jerseys just kind of hang on him.
Jump hook, up and unders, finger rolls. I mean, he was so skilled.
Unbelievable.
And his footwork was so good. We have a highlight. Well, I'll show it maybe next week at some point. But Karl Anthony Towns against Cavaliers, he's like fucking ice skating out there. It's like, does the NBA even care about traveling anymore?
The footwork's just all over the
place.
Like
he had like 4 pivot feet. It's like, what are we doing? Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. He's on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I'm like, how hard is that as an official to like see? Like, We're talking about flopping now. Like, let's talk about traveling.
Yeah.
Let's try to get that done. Okay, so board, we got 3-point line. Where are you with the 2014 playoff in college football?
With the 2014.
Yep.
I mean, I love the playoff. I don't need that many teams in the playoff. I'm not seeing the teams that are being screwed at this juncture. I like the current playoff.
Well, they're not being screwed. They just want more money.
Yeah.
That's all they want. And the coaches are like, yeah, I'm for it. Well, no shit, you're for it because you get to keep your job by being the 22nd best team in the country, and you made the playoffs.
Too much.
What are we doing?
I mean, to me, it's a good number right now. And I like the playoff. And one thing is that have you noticed that in the first round, the teams that play at home always win, and they win big. Seems like they win and they cover.
Well, I mean, there's only been 2 years.
Yeah. But I mean, look at those games. They're blowouts. It's like when you go on campus at the end of the year, it takes a lot to pull that upset.
What games
did anybody pull an upset in there?
ASU played Texas close a couple years ago.
Okay.
But no, I mean, no, you're right, though.
Notre Dame
Tulane went to Ole
Indiana.
Miss, got hammered.
Yeah.
The first year, Notre Dame crushed Indiana.
Right.
Alabama did beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year. Oregon killed. Who did Oregon kill? James Madison?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got the
killed
GMU.
James Madison. Tulane got killed by Ole Miss. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Here's ultimately what I want. And while I was in the middle of coming up with one genius idea, the 3-point line, I came up with another one. So you're welcome. I came up with 2 genius ideas. So here's my proposal for college football. I mean, it's such a good idea. It's so beautiful. So we got 18 teams. I think it's 18 teams in the Big Ten. We got 16 teams in the SEC. So we had 4 teams to the SEC. Let's say Miami, Clemson, Florida State, and then, I don't know, pick another one.
ACC, Syracuse.
It could be anybody. North Carolina, NC, whoever you want.
G-Tech.
So we have 20 to G-Tech. We have 18 in the Big Ten. So pick a couple. BYU, Texas Tech, maybe. Throw them in there. You have 20 teams in each league. Now, I haven't completely fleshed this out yet, but the idea is this. 20-team Big Ten, 20-team SEC. It's like the AFL and the NFL. They each play their own. They each have their own playoffs. And then at the end of it, whoever wins the SEC, whoever wins the Big Ten,
champions.
They meet in a mini Super Bowl. Now, here's the genius part of it. The teams below them, all the Big 12 teams that didn't make it, all the ACC teams that didn't make it, all the Pac-12 teams that didn't make it. And oh, by the way, did you know Texas State's in the Pac-12 this year?
Huh?
They are, yes. You're welcome for that knowledge. It's fucking ridiculous. I was looking today at the Pac-12. I go, holy shit.
Mean Green? Were they North Texas? Or?
No, Texas State's like the Bobcats. Oh, Mean Green's North Texas.
North Texas.
I was like, are you shitting me? Texas State's in the Pac-12? Go look at I'm going to pull up the Mountain West for you, too, in a minute. Like, Mountain West, I'm like, Mountain West has Northern Illinois in it. They went from the MAC to the Mountain West. You know who went to the MAC? Sacramento State.
That's my Hornets.
Why wouldn't they just go to the Mountain West? Why would they go all the way to the MAC? And like, no, anyway.
Yeah.
So here's the idea. So you get 20 teams, 20 teams. Each team, each year, is going to relegate 2 teams to the division below them.
Right. I like that. I like relegation.
2 teams come up. So it could be Arizona, could be Baylor, could be NC State, could be whoever. You're going to have a designated 4 teams will come down, 4 teams will go up, and then in the league below them, you're also going to have 4 teams move down. So now Division I AA or whatever it's called nowadays will have their chance to move up to the second level. It's going to be just like the English Premier League. Like, it's so good.
This is very soccer.
Adam Silver would love this.
Yes.
He's tried to do it in the NBA. It doesn't work in the NBA. He hasn't figured this out yet. It doesn't work in the NBA, but it will work in college football. If you have 3 divisions, you have 40 teams each, and you have relegation every single year, and you have a mini Super Bowl between the SEC and the Big Ten. The only teams that will bitch
Super Bowl would be huge.
The only teams that will bitch and complain are the teams that are like, well, we might get relegated. We don't want that. Well, fuck you. Win enough games then. Okay? Because we love relegation. And we don't even have it over here in the U.S.
No.
And you should love it. If you don't love it, you should love it. Relegation's incredible. Relegation is in the Premier League is as good as qualifying for the Champions League. Watch the games at the very end of the year, the teams that are fighting and clawing to stay in the Premier League. Incredible games. Incredible. Because you know why? Because they lose so much money dropping down to the lower tier. Like, and then they
for blood.
Exactly. I mean, it's incredible. So that's what we would have every single year is we'd have teams dropping down, fighting. We could even like make a bowl game out of it. Like the 4 teams or the 6 teams that are at the bottom, you could put them into a bowl game somehow, and like the losers have to go down. Like,
I love that.
There's got to be a way around to make it better than it is right now.
Yeah.
Because what it is, it sucks right now. I haven't figured out college basketball. Maybe college football.
They always want to keep adding to the tourney, but I mean, the tourney's pretty good.
Maybe college football stands alone. Maybe college football is its own thing.
Yeah.
And all the other sports go back to what they were. Like the Pac-12 goes back to the old Pac-12. So baseball doesn't have to travel. Basketball doesn't have to travel. Volleyball doesn't have to travel. Softball doesn't have to travel. Like all that. Like football is dragging everyone along with them. And they're like, can't do anything. It's football. Well, we don't want to go. Why do we got to travel to Penn State and Rutgers to play 2 volleyball tournaments? Oh, because of football. That's why we have to.
Cal's playing Stanford in
it's
ACC battle. And
so let football do their own thing. Let football be the Premier League. Let football be the Premier League of college sports.
I like the relegation idea. That's strong.
2. I don't have 3 genius ideas. That's all I have. All right, let me give you this. While you're here, let's see if I have anything else. I was going to talk about the NCAA tournament going to 76, but like it's all a money grab. It's all a money grab. I mean, I got Seth Greenberg telling me like, why is everybody bitching about it? Well, fuck it. Let's just make it 300 then. Let's make everybody makes a tournament. Here's your juice box. Here's your slice, orange slice. Here's your fucking patch that you get for making the tournament. Here's a trophy, and they're good. You made the trophy. You made the tournament. You're fucking great. Tournament's now 18 weeks it's going to take to get through this thing, but everybody's made it and everybody's happy and no one goes home crying and everyone gets a B- or better. Okay. How's that? Yeah. No C's. We don't want you crying. We don't want you to know that you suck. Do I suck? No, you got a B-.
No, you made the tournament.
What did he get? B-. What did he get? B-. What's the lowest grade the teacher gave? B-. Oh, so I do suck.
Yeah.
Like when you suck, you find out you suck eventually.
Why do we have to change a perfect tournament? I mean, it literally is a perfect tournament. Just leave it.
Because they're greedy.
Yeah.
They're looking for every way to get money. It's the same reason the LA Clippers have Visit Rwanda on their fucking jersey. That. Like who's going to fucking Rwanda after watching a Clipper game?
I saw that.
And my buddy came up with a thought that he goes, is anybody over in like Rwanda? Do they like when they take you on the gorilla trek? Do the people that take you on the the guides on their uniforms, does it say visit Inuit Center into a dome?
Into a dome?
Shit, I need to go to a Clipper game. I'm seeing the gorillas. I need to go to a Clipper game. Like,
no, I do like the Intuit Dome. Did you hear about the Intuit Dome? My buddy who lives down there says that you like register at the beginning of the year and you like never stand in line for anything. You just kind of walk in and grab stuff, and it's all you're like some kind of barcoded thing. I don't know.
You're barcoded?
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
All I know is my jersey's down there.
Really?
I got my jersey retired.
Nice. So you have a urinal in the Chase Center and a jersey retired.
It's not really retired. Well, they have the jersey of every high school team in California represented at the Intuit Dome. Artesia, my high school in California, and I played for the Clippers.
Where are they? In Downey or something? Where is Artesia?
Lakewood. So I played for the Clippers. So they put my number 3 up there. So I'm like, I got a jersey retired. Look at me. I got this. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so standing. So we got the MAC. Yep, Sac State in the MAC this year. Sac State, by the way, in the MAC this year.
Can't name their coach, but
let's see who's in the Mountain West this year. Air Force, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, North Dakota State joining the
look
Mountain
at that.
West
I
this
know
year.
that.
Yep. Northern
they're no
Illinois.
longer FCS.
Very Mountain
Wolfpack.
Westish. Yeah.
Wolfpack in there.
I went through Northern Illinois 1 year, right on the mountain range there, Mountain West. Yes. San Jose, UTEP. I think UTEP joined the Mountain
UTEP's
West.
pretty
Or
good.
were they last year? I think they were Conference USA.
Or was it Sunbelt or what?
No, I think they were Conference USA.
Yeah, I think
UTEP. And then the Pac-12. Fucking
Wazoo.
I'm sorry, I'm not even recognizing the Pac-12 anymore. I'm just not. I can't do it. Because now it's 8 teams. They went back to the Pac-8. All right, let me see if you can name.
I bet I can.
Give me 4 teams in the Pac-12.
Washington State.
Correct. You should know 2.
Oregon State.
Correct. You got 2.
Sac State. No.
Bro, I just fucking told you
no.
Sac State's
Right.
in the MAC.
I've had multiple beers. Who else? Who else is in the Pac-12? Arizona State's not right.
They're in the Big 12.
Yeah, they're in the Big 12. So Arizona.
Start thinking Mountain West.
Boise.
Yep.
Boise's in the Pac-12.
Yeah, boys in the Pac-12. They have a V for Valley on the back of their helmet.
A V for Valley.
V for Valley.
Who am I forgetting? Mountain West.
Like 3 hours from here.
I don't know.
Fresno.
Fresno State's in the Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Fresno, Boise, Cal Poly.
No. No, they said no to Cal Poly.
Cal Poly's like no.
Cal Poly gets a no.
God, who else even plays football? Azusa Pacific.
I told you, think Mountain West. Think old Mountain West.
Mountain West.
As in Mountain West last year, like 2 years from.
Utah State.
Correct. Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
There's more.
You got like three teams. 4 teams.
Is Stephen F. Austin? No.
Nope. No, they were in the Big
they
West basketball, I think, which is like a crazy league. Like the Big West basketball is like, are you kidding me?
Who the hell is in the Pac-12?
Who did the
SMU?
No,
they're in the
ACC. Who did the Statue of Liberty play?
Boise.
Yep, Boise.
Boise.
Boise in the Pac-12. You got Boise?
Yeah, we got Boise.
Okay, so you got 3 teams in.
Boise, Utah State.
One of the teams has one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Jackson State?
No, not the greatest. Not top 5, but top 15. Top 10, 15. He was the black Christian McCaffrey.
Thurman Thomas?
Nope.
Oak State?
Nope. Close though. No, fucking Oak State is not in the Pac-12.
I'm a man.
He was Roger Craig.
Yes.
Mike Rozier?
No.
No. Running and receiving. Marshall. San Diego State.
Correct. Good job. Now you got 2. You got 2 left. One you may get. One there's not a fucking chance you will get. There's just no way you'll get it.
Northern Arizona?
No, I can't even give you a clue on this one. I'm trying to think of a player that went to this school that he can even give it to you. I mean,
Cal Baptist?
No, not Cal Baptist. Colorado State.
De La Salle?
The Rams of Colorado
State. Okay.
And the one
Fort Collins.
The one you wouldn't get,
Yeah.
Texas State.
Oh yeah, never would.
Texas State is in the Pac-12.
That's crazy.
I mean, come on.
Where is Texas State?
Fuck if I know. Texas?
Yeah, but
that's all I know. I have no idea where Texas State is. I'm pretty sure they're the Bobcats. Are they? Okay, at least I got that.
Actually, somebody I went to high school played.
Were they Midland or some Beaumont?
I mean,
San Marcos.
Yeah.
San Marcos, welcome to the Pac-12.
Wow.
I mean, I played.
Something that reeks of a rich donor.
I represented the Pac-12 at the Final Four, and this is what the Pac-12 has become.
How would Lute Olson feel about the Bobcats?
He's rolling over in his grave right now.
Lute Olson's white hair, and now the Bobcats. It's just not right.
Like it's just it's like even the Bunny's like, what a joke, huh? What a joke of a league, huh? Ridiculous. Like it's no. Okay, now, let me see. I am going to, since you brought it up, just for the hell of it.
Mike this beer. What is this? Dr. Peter Dankman?
That's from that's a
Cellarmaker?
cellar maker. It's an ode to Ghostbusters, is what it is.
No, I'm good. I'm getting another quarter can.
Give him another one. He might be able to figure out who's in the Pac-12.
yeah.
No, I get what it's become now. All these leagues that have but the Pac-12 always hits me harder because I played in the Pac-12.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot
I went to the
pride.
Final Four under the Pac-12 banner, and now the fucking Bobcats of Texas State
stands for
are
nothing.
in the Pac. I can't imagine playing at Arizona going, got a big road trip to Texas State this week. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm going to San Marcos for the weekend.
Yeah, going to San Marcos. It was Cal, it's Stanford, it's USC, UCLA, the Oregons, the Washingtons. That was it.
Where did U of A stay when you guys played Cal and Stanford? Where'd you guys stay here?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Claremont? I mean, you had to stay.
When we played Stanford, we stayed out on the bay. I can't remember the hotel. I just remember one story that it was me and Craig McMillan. We walked from the
Cloverdale.
Yep, walked
Who
from the
was
hotel
a phenomenal McDonald's All-American
to the liquor store to grab some beer. And Matt Muehlbach and his dad pulled up to the liquor store. And we weren't supposed to be drinking.
Right.
And back then, all your dads were drinking. Our dads were drinking, doing whatever. So it wasn't that big a deal. But I remember Matt Muehlbach's dad asked me, hey, you want to ride back to the hotel? And because I had beer, I go, no, I'm good. We'll walk. I didn't want to drive back with him because I had beer. I was like, what am I thinking? I should have just got the dry guy to ride with him. It was like a mile back. I had to walk back with him. But I'll tell you a funny story. And I told this. I did an event, and I don't know if I've ever told this story before. And I don't know why I'm going to tell it now, but I'll tell it. Because I was at the Olympic Club a couple weeks ago doing their basketball awards ceremony.
Downtown?
Yep. And I told him this story. So my senior year at Arizona, we killed everybody. We were just rolling people.
You got 4 losses or something all year or something?
3.
3, yeah.
17-1 in the Pac-10, I guess it was back then. And we sat probably the last 10 minutes of the game. I would say 13 of those games, 12 of those. I mean, there's a lot of games that were over by the time the 10-minute mark rolled around. We'd come and sit down and root on our teammates, BS, whatever. So what we did, and by we, I'm going to say me, because I don't want to indict anybody else for this, even though I think the statute of limitations is run out on this type of behavior. But we would actually bet on other Pac-10 basketball games.
By the scoreboard, out-of-town scoreboard?
Out-of-town scoreboard.
With spreads?
So of course with spreads. So we're sitting there, and if you saw us on the bench at the end of the game, we'd just be sitting there, and we're winning by 30 or whatever, so it's not that big a deal. And we'd just be sitting there watching the game, and a timeout would come, And like at the end of the timeout, we'd be walking back to our seats to sit down. And the PA announcer would go, other scores from the out of town scoreboard. And we'd all go, Oregon State 74, Washington 71, USC 82, Arizona State 77. After every score, we'd have like 3 games like wagered on while we're sitting there listening to the games, because it's like, we're not going to be playing anyway.
Right.
I want to have some excitement at the end of the game. I go, let's just bet on the other Pac-12 game. And here's the surprising part of it. We played against those teams. We knew those teams. You'd think we'd be better. We weren't that good. We weren't as good as I thought we'd be. I thought it'd be like, oh, we'll clean up.
Right.
How are we not going to clean up on this? Point spread adds a whole different variable to the you think like, I got this. We don't have this. There were many a nights we'd sit there listening to a game. We'd be like 0-3, and I'd go, what the hell? How would you go in the locker room? You should be happy. Like, what are you pissed off about? Like,
no,
Oregon State. You kidding me? You go Oregon State. What's Jose Ortiz doing up there? So I told them that story. They got a kick out of that story. And I hadn't thought about that story in a long time. Sitting on the bench at the end of the game, wagering and waiting for the out-of-town scoreboard to pop up so we could listen to the scores. And then you'd have to figure it in your head, too. They'd give you the score. And you're like, -6. Okay, -6. Okay, we got that one. Okay, we're good.
Covered.
We're good, that one.
Winner.
Or it would be a partial score, like a second half score. We're like, okay, we got that one for now. Let's wait and get the final. So as soon as we'd go in the locker room at the end of the game, we go, hey, we got finals for the rest of the league? I mean, why do you care?
Why do you guys care?
Don't ask why I care.
We're
Just fucking give me the finals.
Give
me the finals for the rest of the league. God damn it! Well, I want the finals. Oh my goodness. Anything else you want to get into that we've
no?
missed?
Well, we
Good Lord.
Anytime you and I get together, I feel like we almost need to talk a little Ralph. We never talk any Ralph.
No Ralph. I know.
God,
He's
people
my
are always
guy.
like, I got a lot of people like, can you get Tommy to talk about Ralph? I'm like, I don't know, dude. We'll see.
I love Ralph. I love Ralph. That was some.
We had some amazing Ralph. Because Tom, you guys did the 3 to 6 show. I did the 7 or 3 to 7 show. I did the 7 to 10. So we did a lot of face-offs. And Ralph, had so many hilarious. When he would go to the Giants day games and he would bring the garlic fries into the studio in the bag, and just stink up the entire studio with garlic fries.
Yes, he would. He absolutely would.
When he would always tell me, it's so cute, Craig. You get mad at Sonny Jackson, Hector Borg. I kind of thought about that. Ralph used to always make up that I would get mad at Sonny Jackson. You said cute, get all mad.
Now, some of the best parts I wish people could have seen, but they could only listen, was when Ralph would go over the clock, which we did quite a bit. So for those that don't know, we had a clock. We had to break it like 12, 24, 38, 51, whatever it was. And those were like times you had to break. And you could move it a little bit, but at the end of the hour was the one where you had to be like, you had to hit that one because people paid for those spots in the 4 o'clock hour or the 5 o'clock hour. And if you went over and their spots were played the next hour, they'd want a rebate.
You're right.
They're like, hey, we're not paying for that spot. Or
you
did make good. Yeah,
good,
exactly. Yeah. Ralph didn't care. If Ralph was on to something, Ralph was going to let it go. So one of 3 things would happen. Ralph would blow through the clock, and Brian Smith or Kevin Asaya, whoever was running the board, Tony ran the board as well for us back then, would like in his ear, Ralph, got to break, Ralph, got to break, over.
Yeah.
And I was involved with it sometimes, but mostly, especially when I first started, I was just like, "Is your baby now?" Like I'm out, I'm done. So it'd be them banging him,
right,
or Agnew waiting inside the studio, looking at us, tapping his wrist,
right,
tapping his wrist, and Agnew would have this face like he was fucking pissed. He was like,
He'd
and
get-
Ralph would
he'd
talk
get
like
closer to the glass.
and Ralph would talk like this. So, and then, and like I'm looking, and Ralph's not even looking.
Ralph's
He's just like looking at the
down.
microphone. I'm like, oh shit. So that was back when the internet was not fully fleshed out. We saw newspapers brought to the studio every day: USA Today, San Francisco Chronicle, Examiner,
Times.
Mercury, CC Times, whatever. So we had newspapers everywhere. So Ralph would finally break, and Agnew would come busting in, and I'd just pick up a paper, and I'd start reading the paper, and Agnew would just let him have it, like let him have it, and I'm just sitting there reading the paper because I was like, I didn't fucking do this, I didn't do it, I ain't doing this shit. So Agnew leaves after just ripping Ralph a new one. I'd put the paper down, and inevitably Ralph would say something like this. Thanks for backing me up, dickhead. Like, that's what he would say.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fucking, I'm not the one that went 5 minutes over the clock.
Right.
Drag me into this. We gotta work. I mean, we can go over, but good Lord, we can't go over that much. So that was one of them. The worst one was when Tony Salvador would be
Mad.
behind the glass. So Tony Salvador ran the station. He was the guy that just ran the station. He's like the godfather of the station. In fact, Tony Salvador probably could have been in a Godfather or two.
Yeah.
Because
He was like a Tony Soprano.
that was his
It's like
persona.
if he liked you, you were there. If
You
he
were
didn't like
golden.
you were gone.
If you didn't, you might get whacked. And he might know somebody that could whack you. That could be Tony Salvador. Like you weren't quite sure. You're pretty sure. Like I told him one time that I wanted to take Fridays off because I wanted to watch Weston play football. And he gave me the look like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, I want to watch him play football. But I kind of still felt there was like a threat there somewhere. Like somewhere.
Right.
Also, when he told us that we'd be moving over to 1050 to do the show, because we were just working 680 forever, and then they're going to put us on 1050 opposite Giants baseball. And we're like, why would we do that? Why would we want to be on 1050 opposite Giants baseball? Well, really, KNBR, Cumulus, I believe it was, it may have been Susquehanna at the time, bought 1050 to block somebody else from buying
Jumping
a station
in,
and
right.
doing a sports station, which ended up being 95.7 years and years and years later. But they tried to make sure that wouldn't happen. So they wanted to put us on because we got great ratings. So they
Right.
put us on 1050. And he's like, isn't that great news? So Ralph and I were in his office and he's telling us this, and Agnew's there. Isn't that great news? Going to be on 1050. You know, you're not going to get off short shows. You're going to be doing the show. You guys will love it. Be great. And I just kind of sat there and thought for a second, well, we're going to get paid more, right? We're doing more work. We're going to get paid more. And then he gave me the fucking Tony Soprano look. I was like, more fucking money, huh? That's what it's fucking about, huh? I'm like, well, yeah. Like, we're fucking working more now. Shouldn't we get more money? So we ended up getting some more money. But just a look that he gave you, like, seriously, when I say, like, you thought there's a possibility, like a remote possibility, like very remote, but the thought you could get whacked, it wasn't like completely off the table. Like at the far end of the table, but it's still on the table.
Right.
It was there. So when he stood on the other side of the glass, I was like, "Fuck a Ralph, come on, Ralph. Like we need to get out." And he loved Ralph, but he'd come in, and he wouldn't raise his voice. It would just be like, "You motherfucker, you realize I got to move that spot now to the 5 o'clock hour, and I'm gonna have to do this because you wouldn't fucking get out."
Did I get the
Cocksucker.
best Ralph?
And I was like, "Oh," and then I wouldn't even read the paper. I was just like kind of hide my face.
Do you
like,
remember? So Ralph had Tate, and I had Anna. We had kids at the same age, basically the exact same point. Like they were like 2 weeks or 3 weeks apart. So now they're a little bit older, a couple years later, and he's like, Ralph had taken Tate to Disneyland, and we were taking our Anna to Disneyland. He's like, "You going to Disneyland, Craig?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to Disneyland. We're going Friday." He's like, I love Disneyland. I don't know that place like the back of my head. And he's like, he starts doing this. He's like, "I'll leave you a message tonight. What's your voicemail?" So I give him the voicemail. So I totally forgot I even had a voicemail. So then I forgot about it. And then it's like a day before I'm supposed to go. And Ralph's like, did you get my voicemail? And I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know if I can access that. And so I go, so Agnew's like, oh, you fucking idiot. You fucking idiot, Krueger. Come on, you can't access your fucking voicemail. And so he calls it up. He's like, come into my office. I'll show you. So now it goes, you have 8 messages, right? And the first one's like, hey, Larry, you're somebody, will you be willing to speak at our function? It had been months since the function. Obviously, I never answered. Next one. Oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. I went to high school with you. I just want to say hi. Now it gets to number 3. He's like, hey, Craig, it's Ralph. I just want to tell you, if you're going to Disneyland, you got to take the tram from the front to the back, and you got to work from the back to the front. You got to go to Toontown. Boop. Hey, Craig, it's Ralph. I got cut off. I just wanted to let you know, you go from the back to the front. You're in Toontown. And there's a Disney princess. It was actually very attractive. I met her. Her name was Lois. She went to Fullerton. I probably shouldn't have talked to her. As boop. Hey, Craig, it's Ralph. I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm playing this. Agnew hears 6 voicemails to completion. He jumps out of his seat. He runs down the hall. He's like, Sal, get over here. Tony had a bad back. He's like, kind of not moving.
Was shot.
He's not moving real well. Comes walking down the hall. He's like, Sal, get in here. You got to hear. Ralph just gave Krueger a 6-bagger on the voicemail about fucking Disneyland. It's an unbelievable. And then Salvador comes in. He's listening. He's like, that guy's a fucking freak. He's like, oh, dude, it was just.
Oh, he can leave a voicemail.
Ralph can leave a voicemail.
Don't worry about it. I never answered a voice. I had ones that were probably 25 years old.
If you get over by the Matterhorn, you're too far. Just like all these details. Boop. You're out of time.
We had a football betting league where you had to give a certain amount of, like, 7 college games, 5 pro, whatever it was.
Right.
Or maybe it was just pro. I can't remember. Anyway. So this was back in the day that you had to call and leave your picks on voice message. My buddy, because he goes, you know anybody that wants to be in this? I go, yeah, Ralph likes to bet. He'll come in.
Ralph
he goes, okay, great. So it's like a couple $100, 10 of us, whatever. So you call, you give your picks, right? Like, this would be me giving my picks. It's Tom. Give me the Chargers +3. Give me the Jets -4. Give me the Steelers plus blah, blah, blah. Niners, Cowboys, USC, UCLA. Beep. We're done. 45 seconds.
Right.
We're good. You're good. He said, he goes, week after week, Ralph left 8-minute messages for 10 picks. And he played me one of them. And Ralph would start it off by how his week went. And then he would, God, I love this so much. He would say, all right, first pick's going to be the Chargers -6. Yeah, I think that line should probably be over a touchdown. I saw their left guard was hurt. I don't know if he's going to be playing. I got to look at the practice report later this week. It looks like they're coming off 2 road. Like, he'd explain every single pick and his rationale for taking it. Every single
We don't care.
And then my buddy's like, just please have mercy on my soul. Just give me the picks. That's all I want.
I don't care.
That's all I want is the picks. And he goes, it went on for like, he said 10 weeks. Like, of 8-minute picks. And the following year, Ralph said, are we doing the pool this week? Are we doing the pool this year? And I had to tell him no, because the guy said, I can't handle Ralph again. I can't do it. He goes, I can't do the 8-minute voicemail again just to get the picks down. He goes, I was like, I don't care the reasoning. Just give them to me. That's all I want. Everybody else is like 45 seconds. and then it just goes forever.
It's unbelievable. I remember one time he comes.
He's so
He goes,
good.
Krug, do you have? I've heard that you've got guys that you can get me down. Huh? I need to get down tonight. And I go, yeah, I can get you down. And I go, Ralph, hey. And I'm like standing at the door. You guys, the music come back on. You come back into a segment. I go, Ralph, my guy pays. He's like, that's good. That's good. And I go, but Ralph, my guy collects. And he's like, ooh. Oh, I'm like, yeah. So you better pay my guy.
My God.
He's like,
Oh,
ooh.
God. He was the best. Though,
So
when it came to-
many great memories. So when he attacked Spreewell's agent, Robert Gist.
When we had
Bob Quinn,
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
When we had Johnny Cochran on, and the last question was, God, what was the last question? How did OJ's blood get in Mark Furman's car? Or how did Mark Furman, whatever it was? And I remember Johnny Cochran saying, "We're not going to relitigate the whole case right now." And that was the end of the interview. But we had Spreewell's agent on. So we got into them.
Oh my God, Robert Gist.
But
he was rough with Bob Quinn.
But the best was Sabes.
Brian, what about Salsa
Armando Benitez.
I remember when Sabian got pissed at you guys when he traded Armando Benitez. He's like, Ralph, let me tell you right now, you're going to need a new whipping boy, all right? You're going to have to find somebody new to complain about, all right? You don't have Armando here to commit. Because Ralph dug in on Armando, and he forced Sabes to make that trade pretty much. And Sabes hated
Ralph
that.
making the trade.
Resented it. And Ralph secretly loved it, that he knew that he had made him make that trade.
You know, Krug, you gotta say what you gotta say.
You got to give it to fucking Ralph, man.
Oh, no, my favorite Ralph. I got to say this. Favorite Ralph. Ralph would accrue a ridiculous amount of vacation time. So he would sign off for Christmas vacation on like December 3rd. But he wouldn't just dip out like any normal person who has that much time. He would be like, I just wanted to say, Tom, before I go, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy. Remember, he would go into this long thanking every possible religion for their holiday, and he was signing off for the holidays on December 2nd or December 3rd. I got a lot of vacation accrued.
Oh man, he was the
and you'd work through the holidays pretty much.
I take 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
I usually take 2 weeks off, like the last week of Christmas, first week of
But remember how much he had
year.
saved up? I mean, he'd check out. It would literally be first week in December.
He called me the one time, the only time, because the one thing, we didn't hang out together. We went to one Giant game a year together.
Right.
But we always enjoyed each other's company. We didn't get mad at each other, even though we might disagree on certain things. But it was the best 15 years of radio. Like, he was just amazing, and working with him. The only time I told him, don't do that, please, don't do that, was the day after 9/11.
Okay.
So 9/11 happens.
I do remember doing 9/11.
9/11 happens the
That
day
was rough.
after we were off, because it was just chaos.
Right.
And they played ABC News.
Right.
And it was like,
Then we had to
thank you.
come
Like,
on and talk
it's like-
non-sports.
It's
for
like, what are
2
we going
weeks.
to talk about? Like, what are we doing here? Like, so the day after that, then they had to come back on.
Right.
And he was on vacation. He was like gone. So I was like by myself trying to figure out my way through this. And I don't know how much, like, how long had I been there at that point? 3-4 years? I don't know. It wasn't that long. Maybe not.
Well,
that long.
didn't you show up there in like the mid 90s? Wasn't it like 96, 95?
That
like
sounds about right. Well,
this was 2001, so it had to be.
Well, let's see, 24. Yeah, 96 sounds about right. So maybe like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'd been there a while, but I mean, he'd been leading the whole thing. So it's my first, I didn't do a lot of shows by myself. And certainly 9/11's like, well, Jesus. Like,
Well, they told us you're not talking sports.
yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are we
It was a
talking
very
about here?
challenging time.
It's just, you got to get through a show. Like, how are you
Yeah.
going to get through a show? So it took a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
Tried to let people vent, tried to let people talk.
Right.
Listen to everybody, and then add in a little bit of whatever you could add in Fucking Ralph calls in on vacation, calls in and starts talking about certain policies. I'm like, Ralph,
I think I remember that.
I go, do me a favor. I go, when you're on vacation,
Don't sink
can
the
you just
show.
stay on vacation?
Yeah,
Like I don't
sink the
I
show
don't
for
need you
Marin.
calling me when you're on vacation, talking about politics. That's not what we're gonna do right here. I go, I'm not equipped to do it anyway. I go,
Right.
first off. Secondly, I don't want to do it.
Right.
And I don't need that. You don't. I go, just stay on vacation. I go, no one needs to hear you that bad. I go, if I'm on vacation, I'm not going anywhere near the phone. That was the only time I talked to him. I go, please don't.
God.
Please don't.
The
I didn't say
funniest,
if this ever happens again. I go, good Lord, if it ever happens again, we're going to be in deeper trouble.
who was the
we are
Slim Jim?
now.
Who's the Slim Jim guy?
Oh, Randy Macho Man Savage.
Remember when he came in?
Do I ever? I wish we had that sound.
He came in studio, and he's like, Ralph tried to imitate him, and it just was hilarious.
We did the ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah. And
The
then
Macho Man
Ralph's-
did one, I did one, and then Ralph did one.
Ralph's
voice was kind of quivery. He was like, ooh yeah.
Yeah. It was epic.
It was,
That
it was
epic.
hilarious.
Epic.
He was
Yeah.
the best though, because he was a San Francisco original,
Oh my
is
god.
what he was.
I'll
And
never forget this one. I'm sitting in the bullpen, and you guys have Ted Robinson on, and Ralph goes,
Ted, with all your contacts within the Pac-12, could you get us Tom Hansen? And Tommy and I want Tom Hansen.
yeah.
and Ted is so arrogant. Ted was like, Ralph, I would think of a guy with your perspicacity that you should be able to, easily have a contact within the walls of the Pac-12, right?
You're right, Ted. I'm very perspicacious. I have great perspicacity, but I don't have any contact within the walls, which is why I'm asking.
See, Ralph, don't get upset. Ralph, of course I know Tom Hansen. Of course we can get him for you and Tommy. Anytime, I'll just make a phone call. We'll make it happen. But I'm shocked that somebody with your connections and your perspicaciousness and that you don't have.
You're great, Ted. You said it a couple times. I'm very perspicacious. I have great perspicacity. People have said that to me. Tom has even said it. But, I just don't know Tom Hansen. I would really appreciate it if you could facilitate that.
Ralph, don't get upset. Ralph. I mean, I was like, please, can we bottle this? I mean, this is just amazing. This is amazing between Ted and Ralph, and they're one-upping each other. Oh, it
Was it better than the Rick Barry face-offs? The Rick Barry face-offs.
You've never played.
We're pretty
You
epic.
can't go there, Rick.
They're-
Come on, Rick. You know that's unfair.
They're pretty epic.
Ralph, come on, you've never played when you were a cheerleader at USF.
Come on, Rick. It's fair. Some things are fair. Foul. That's foul.
People running to their cars to hear this
Those are the
confrontation.
most incredible face-offs of all time.
What killed
And
me
then
was
Rick would get mad at me
oh
for
yeah.
not backing him up. I'm like, you played. Why didn't you back me up? I'm
Dude.
like, fucking, I had a paper in front of my face. Okay, just leave me alone. Leave me out of this. You guys do your thing.
Rick was amazing too. It'd be like 2:00 in the afternoon, but because he was doing the show from Colorado Springs and it was getting dark, he'd be like, "Good night, everybody." It's like, Rick, it's broad daylight. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. You're saying good night to everybody.
Oh,
And then you can hear Rick a couple times showering in the back. Remember
Yes,
that?
you could.
It's
During
like,
the commercial break.
what the heck's that? I hear a shower going. Oh man,
my
some good stuff.
God.
Good stuff.
The Rick Ralph face-offs were the
best.
Just the fucking best.
Rick, you can't say I never played. You can't.
Ralph, come on, Ralph.
You didn't play,
You
Ralph.
don't know
You
what it
didn't.
means to be great. I'm great. You don't know what it means to be great.
I would just
Listen,
I would sit there and listen and just laugh. Oh, it's so funny. And every once in a while, Rick would be in studio because usually he's doing the
Yeah.
show from Colorado Springs.
Right.
But every once in a while, he'd be in studio. And that was a treat for me. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to listen. This is going to be incredible. Because you know what Rick thought of Ralph. You know absolutely what he thought of Ralph.
Yeah.
And then Rick or Ralph was just going to get under his skin.
Oh, it was just
and he knew how to do it. So he would do it.
So epic.
He would keep doing it. And I was like,
I remember
the only
Ralph.
thing I thought of was like, I'm getting paid to do this right now. I'm getting paid to sit here and listen to these guys get on each other.
Ralph would say to
It's
Rick,
the best.
Rick, being right is the booby prize.
there were so many great ones, so many great moments for Ralph.
Oh god!
for
Well,
sure.
you got a whole bunch of them with Radnich.
Oh my
You
god,
got a whole bunch of the great Ratty
Oh,
moments.
they'll never forget when you and Lund started playing with "Do You Know All the Cheeses?"
Do you know all the cheeses? I was
Camembert.
gonna go get cheese today. I was gonna get a whole bunch of cheese.
Do you know all the? And then he goes to me. Do you know all the cheeses, Lair?
Havarti,
All the cheeses.
Manchego, Swiss.
And Lund was having so much fun with that.
And then I got the cheese expert, the cheese school lady.
Right, yeah.
Cheese,
The cheese
Cheese-
expert,
Cheese sommelier or whatever the hell she was.
Sommelier.
We had cheeses all over the place. It was like amazing. Do you
Larry,
know all the cheeses?
Larry, you know all the cheeses? And
Oh.
he said it in like this way. It's like
We lived off that for a long
yeah,
time.
Oh my,
That was amazing.
that was just
Do you know all the cheeses?
epic,
Uh,
epic.
Were you working with him when he retired?
Yes.
And he told you
Yes.
don't come in today?
Yeah.
Is that basically the gist of it? Because I know he did the show by himself.
On the last day, yeah, I it didn't necessarily end the way I wanted it to end, but you know what, Gary and I love.
Well,
working
yeah,
with Gary.
talk about not ending the way you think it's going to end. Try me.
Yeah.
I got to see Ralph walked out of the studio
Oh, I know.
by
and-
security.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I mean,
did.
that's the one thing
I
about
didn't
radio.
think it was going to end that way.
You don't get to call your own shots usually, and you never know how it's going to end. But it was a pleasure to work with all the different people that we worked
Gary's
with.
incredible.
I mean,
That was a
you and
TV
I
show.
and Rod did the show in our homes, and we were wagering on KBO.
Korean baseball. Korean
Remember my
baseball.
sun bum nod,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
exactly. Yes, we were.
I mean, seriously, I kind of feel like some of the shows that we did during the pandemic with Dave Fleming and the Jordan
cooking shows.
the
yeah.
cooking shows and the Jordan, Last Dance kind of reviews. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
in some of those things, I think were some of the best radio that we ever did. I kind of feel because it was like we're talking about the KBO. We're talking about nothing. We had nothing, but
We had nothing.
we really did maintain we had a lot of fun in those in that. I think a lot of people contacted us through those years and were like, hey man, you guys helped me through this. And that always was very gratifying because God knows the whole pandemic thing was weird, very
yeah,
weird.
that's the best part about doing radio is when people tell you you helped them through their commute,
totally.
made them laugh,
Yeah.
just made them have a good time.
Or
Yeah,
just
that-
like, hey, my life sucks right now, but you guys are cracking me up and you're bringing me through. And it's like, that's when you'd be like, all right, we're doing it. And obviously there's a lot of tragedy during that time. I mean, it was tough for me to lose my parents at that point. My family's very close. And
Yeah.
you and Rod and Tim and this whole staff, that was very helpful because I mean, that was a tough time. There was a lot of I know you had personal family tragedy and it's just, those were tough times, but also really challenging times to like do shows like, without being able to see. And, we didn't try to like,
we talked about the Orange Bowl from '82.
but we also didn't try to like, figure like we're all going to be on camera and like raise our hands. We didn't. We just did it off ear.
Yeah,
So that was kind of cool. I like that.
really
That-
hard for three people to do.
It was
that.
really hard to do, but that was actually that was kind of cool that we did it off ear as opposed to being like, my turn, your turn,
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of fun, but there was a lot of cool stuff.
Oh yeah, beans and chili. How many times do we talk about beans and chili? Oh my!
What about
God.
we haven't even talked about
Fucking classic.
what about the Bill Walton?
Are you a beans and chili guy? I don't know.
no.
Anybody
no.
here beans and chili?
No.
Max is. You are. Okay. Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
no,
look,
beans and chili. Yeah, I'll put beans and chili, kidney beans and some black beans.
okay. Yeah, I'm not a beans and chili guy. I'm a Texas chili guy. No
which is
beans.
just meat and sauce.
Just give me meat. Give me meat.
But you remember when we had
give me
we
more
had
meat? Of
Walton on and he talked for 35 minutes
course.
on. I mean, you're like, hey, Bill,
Fire on the mountain.
Tom Tolbert.
That was the
from
fire on the-
Arizona.
That was a fire on the mountain
Fire
speech.
on the mountain, and it's fabulous to be here with the great Tom
Yeah.
Tolbert.
Tom, you still there? Hello, Tom. Tom.
Yes, Bill.
That was
It was an epic
unfreaking
interview.
believable.
Well, it wasn't an interview.
yeah.
It was just two questions.
And the Bill Martin segments, and we just had a lot of fun during the
How long did we do the COVID shows at home? Like a year?
probably over a year, I think.
Was it over a year?
We actually did.
God.
The day that Ralph passed away was the show from home.
Was it really?
I was at the park calling Savings and whoever trying to get them on. And Gary even came on.
Wow.
It took like multiple shots of Cumulus.
Of course he
You got
did.
any pens there? Do you need to call Atlanta?
You need to call Atlanta.
There's some fake chats.
Some what?
Some fake chats.
I don't see him.
I know. Okay, good.
Are you going to throw some chats up there? Okay, we can answer some questions.
We'll spend some money.
I triple dog dare you to call Gary. Second, would you?
What would you do if you're the GM of the Niners?
Oh, the GM of the Niners.
When's the last time you talked to Gary? That's the first question.
Talked to him last year.
Man's paying money. You're not getting any of that because you already got enough money. We're scrounging.
Yeah. I talked to Gary last year, and Gary's doing great. I'll say Gary's a man of his word. He said he wasn't going to hang around for put a hot dog in his back pocket or whatever.
That's such a great thing.
I'm not going to have a hot dog in my back
Such a
pocket,
funny thing.
hanging around, doing nothing, telling everybody I'm nobody, complaining about life.
So good.
So, but as far as if I was the GM of the Niners, I think I would consolidate my wide receivers. I don't believe in a lot of these young wide receivers. I think I'd try to move a couple of these wide receivers and get one more very good wide receiver. You know, and if I get a Jordan Addison or Patrick Thomas or Brian Thomas, I could get one more great wide receiver. I think I'd try to do it.
All right. You should, Larry. You should celebrity box Grant Cohn. You work out.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what does that mean. Oh, you work out.
Yeah.
Well, it should be a question mark, shouldn't it? I mean, it shouldn't be an exclamation point. What's a celebrity box?
I don't
Is that
know.
like a hot box?
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
celebrity boxing match.
Come on, man. I mean,
Are you kidding me? We don't want anybody dying, okay?
Come on.
We
Grant's
got
actually
people,
not
we
a
got
bad
people
guy.
dying out here.
Let's see.
It says
Krug. This is so.
no. It says fucking Krug.
This is what does that say?
I need to have you on more often. You fucking got the money rolling in here.
This is
I might be able to buy a case of beer after today's
what
show.
do you drink?
This will be incredible.
Oh, we got some Fieldwork and we got
You
some
got Cellar Maker there.
Cellar Maker.
Cellar Maker. Would you like one more before you leave?
Sure.
All right, let's
These
get
are really
one
good.
more beer. We'll take what does take
Respect.
respect.
Should I get him?
Whatever.
Respect me. I was an Eagle Scout. You're an Eagle snack.
You need one?
Yeah, we'll take one. I got a freaking.
Respect me. I was an Eagle Scout. The guy who sent Sid Bream home against Barry Bonds almost pulled it off, Larry.
Who is that? Borg? Did Borg send? Did Borg
No.
send him?
I think Borg was alive at that point.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure. But Sid Bream scored. Let's not
Ireland
forget that.
beat Qatar 1-0 yesterday, FIFA. Somewhere Sepp Blatter's locked down and happy.
What? I mean, what?
I don't know.
The fans say.
Wow, Larry is in Alameda?
Yes.
It's amazing. They have this thing called the freeway.
Isn't it? And cars?
Yeah.
It's amazing the way things work out.
Pig in a pickle.
Oh, I did have some pig in a pickle.
Did you? Where?
I was over at the
Alameda or I mean,
no
Emeryville?
marketplace, Emeryville.
Yeah.
Went over there. Got some brisket. Got some hot links.
Krug, who's going to be starting safeties for the Niners, for the 49ers this year? At minicamp, it was Jair Brown and Marquise Siegel, but I think it's going to be Malik Mustafa and Marquise Siegel. We'll save it. But
I think for sure it'll be Mustafa will be one of them.
yeah, he wasn't
And
there
then the
yesterday.
other one, I'm not sure. Which one? Single cup's old.
Okay.
Do you want the?
Well, I'll take the faction.
Give him the faction. I haven't even had this one yet. I'll take the tiny dangster.
Okay.
Hold me closer, tiny dangster. Counting
What is it?
hops along the highway.
Tom, Larry, great to see you guys. Bring Rod on next time. KB reunion. Rod's doing the show with Whitner right now.
Is he?
How do you feel
I don't know
about
if the second.
Whitner and his comments about Jair Brown?
I thought.
Well,
you
let's let everybody know what Max said. He said, "How do you feel about the comments Dante Whitner had about? I guess it was Jair Brown called him, texted him, and then he put it on his podcast.
Yeah,
I didn't really get too much into it. Like, what'd you think of that?
Well, I mean, Dante Whitner was my go-to during the Harbaugh years. Him and Alex Boone were guys that I loved to go to talk to because they're really smart. And I bet you his criticism of Jair Brown's probably legitimate.
I guess the question was, should he have aired it out when it was a private phone call?
Well, that's where I differ from Dante, is that I wouldn't have done that. I think if you call somebody in private, you're betraying a trust if you take that public. There's a big difference between a private conversation and a public conversation. And if somebody pays you the compliment of calling you privately and you make it public, I think you've kind of broken that trust. And I think Dante kind of broke a trust with the with Jair, but also with the Niners, and I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. I'm not a big, but I bet you his criticism was legit, and
Probably.
I bet you it's fair.
No, I'm kind of with you on that. What else do we got, Max? Chat on fire right now.
Did Krug talk about Jennings' comments about the Vikings?
What,
No.
like they're the big three? They got the new.
My whole thing
three?
on that was just like Jennings is like, he's a star here. He's third in Jawan here, but there he's just a slow third receiver. If I was him, I would just kind of downplay any big talk and let my play do the talking, because pretend you're a rookie and that nobody knows you, because nobody there knows him. And I don't think it's going to play well for him if he's like the big threes here. I mean, come on, you got Jefferson and Addison and you. I don't know about that. If I was him, I would talk less and let my play do the talking.
Although I think he's going to be back in his preferred role, where he can be the third down guy, he can be the slot guy, and I think he's going to do well there. But who's going to be throwing in the ball? I didn't love if we're going to do Vikings talk, which I didn't expect we'd be doing.
Yeah,
I didn't love what JJ McCarthy had to say about his relationship with Kyler Murray. Like, either don't say anything or fake it. So for those of you that don't know, they asked him about his relationship with Kyler Murray, and he basically said, I'll paraphrase here: we sit on opposite sides of the room, we do our work, and the coaches to get better.
I mean, it's honest.
That's it. Okay. I mean, I'm sure that's exactly what happens, but you're making a thing that doesn't need to be a thing.
Yeah.
You could have very easily said, no, we're cool. We're fine. You know, we help each other and we do this, and it just move on. Boom, we're done with it. But when you throw that out there, then it becomes a thing. And that's the one thing I know coaches hate more than anything, especially football coaches. They hate distraction.
Yeah.
If it's not about football, they're not about it.
Come on, man. I mean, JJ McCarthy, be smarter. I would say be smarter.
All right, next comment. Let's keep popping them up there.
I remember Ralph did an interview with Brandon Tierney and Eric Davis on 95.7. Oh God,
I don't remember that. I know he was on, but I don't remember it.
Can I take another?
Yeah.
I'm pounding Drew's here.
Go ahead. Yeah, my bladder is like really, really small.
He broke the seal.
And he broke the seal, and like Krug's going, yeah.
Don't be on the
So
TV.
didn't Ralph show up late on purpose at the end? Yeah, I don't know who showed up late purpose or just didn't make an effort to get there on time. Semantics or not, I'm not really sure. It just wasn't. Let's put it this way: it wasn't a great ending. I wish it could have ended better. He deserved better. The station deserved better. I think everyone deserved better. So it just didn't happen that way. But again, I wouldn't change anything with him. I remember the show like it happened 2 hours ago. The cheese show. Do you know all the cheeses? We got so much mileage out of that. John and I got so much mileage. It's amazing. Like, do you know? I don't know how many times we referenced that the next month or two. Do you know all the cheeses? I'll hear that in my head forever. Gary Radnich saying, "Do you know all the cheeses?" I don't know. We kept naming cheeses. Any thoughts on Calendar Tosh? There you go. There it is. I know they're doing things at Cal, new facilities, stuff like that. Here's what it comes down to. Like Tosh can recruit. For those that don't know, Tosh Lapoy, been around the country, one of the top recruiters in college football, now the head coach at Cal. Here's the question. How much does recruiting matter anymore in college football, or does it come down to dollars and cents? Does it come down to, yeah, that's great. I like that you like me. I like that you like my parents, but how much are you going to pay me? How much do you have for me? And it seems like in college football, in college basketball, it's almost just transactional now. How much can you pay me? I don't care that much about your facilities. I don't care that much about your classes. I don't care that much about do I like you or the coaches. Certainly those things matter, but can you pay me? How much can you pay me? I can get 1.3 from this school. Can you match that? If you can, then yeah, I would love to come and play for you because I do like you. I do like your scheme. I do like your system, but I'm in this for the money. So is Cal going to compete at that level? That's ultimately what I need to know. It's not so much about Tosh and his abilities. It's about what Cal's going to enable him to do, because we know he can recruit. I don't know that he can coach, defensive guy. I don't know what kind of head coach he is, but is Cal going to enable him to compete at a level to where he's going to be able to afford to pay a roster that can get you into the college football playoffs? That I don't know. If they extend it to 24 teams, who knows? Maybe he will be able to get to the playoffs with 24 teams. That's why coaches like it. But I think coaching matters. Signetti, one of the greatest coaching jobs of all time, short-term coaching jobs of all time. But they had donors like Mark Cuban and others that were willing to fund the program now and say, hey, you need the money, we got you. You need this guy? Because look what happened. Where'd Fernando Mendoza come from?
Yeah.
Cal could have paid him. They would have paid him. And maybe they would have had a chance to get to the playoffs. Maybe not, maybe. But Indiana did pay him. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second, that Indiana is a major player in college football now. Unheard of. Unheard of. Like that, dude, no way. Not a chance. No fucking way, Indiana.
Anthony Thomas way back when.
No. Everybody says name an Indiana football player. I always go Antoine Randall L.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback.
Right.
The quarterback there, but that's it. That was Indiana football. Now Indiana football, you're like, oh shit, they're like really good, and Signetti's really good, and they have the money.
Well, and Cal recruited a top quarterback this week. He's a really good player, but I mean, is he ever going to play for Cal? I mean, I went out to Cal last year and talked to JKS, and there's no doubt in my mind that JKS stayed because of Tosh. Tosh convinced him to stay, but I mean, you have to re-recruit every year. I'd like to see some rules that if you transfer, that there's some commitment there, because this whole like transfer, and it's like, wow, man, it's over the top, and it's just like, it's too much. It's too chaotic. And to have to recruit every year is one thing. To have to re-recruit the guys that you already signed, I don't know. And it just seems like we've already gotten some situations where, it's like, are you committed in any way? It's like football, especially a sport like football, it's a lot of pain involved in training. It's like, how are you going to get kids to go through that pain if somebody else over here just saying, hey, there won't be no pain and you'll come here, we'll write you a bigger check. So I don't know. I just feel like I like the portal. I think it's really good for the athlete, and I'm really for the athlete. But I'd like to see it limited so you can't just go and go and go and go and go and go and go.
Yeah, I think they have this new commission. Ted Cruz is part of it. And so I don't know. It's gotten very convoluted now. But my whole thought was always one free transfer, and then you could transfer again.
And sit out a year.
Or you could transfer again if your coach leaves.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you got to sit out a year.
Yeah.
Well, now
it's just free.
I don't know the kid's name, the quarterback for UCLA. Did you see this? That he transferred, but he transferred as a track athlete, not a football player. So he transferred as a track athlete to avoid that. And I'm sure he's going to go back and play football. He's a quarterback for UCLA.
Yeah.
So they're going to figure out ways around this. I don't know what the market's going to bear eventually. Do the football programs need to break away from the schools to where it's not college football anymore? It's just kind of tangentially affiliated with the college, like almost like a satellite school, but it's football. It's not part of the.
But you're really representing the brand.
College football isn't what college football used to be. We know that.
Yeah.
Where it ends up, I don't know.
I mean, like Riley Leonard went to Notre Dame and took a pay cut to go to the NFL.
I know.
And that's kind of weird. And he left Duke to go to Notre
Remember
Dame.
Salty, our phone caller?
Tom, remember Salty calling in and asking if you were on drugs?
Because I asked him. I used to love in
me talk to
RIP
Saves.
Salty. I think Salty's passed away. But Salty, I would always I knew how to push Salty's buttons. And I go, Salty, do you think Kaepernick's ever going to win MVP? He go, are you on drugs, Tom? Are you on drugs? And I
gave him the name Salty.
I
I gave him the name Salty. He was super salty, and it was Baltimore Dave.
Baltimore Dave,
and he was hanging on the line, and I'm like, we'll get to Salty Balty in just a minute. And then from that point on, it kept going on the screen, Salty Balty.
Salty.
Every time at the end of the interview, at the end of the call, I'd be like, hey, do you think I could ever talk to Sabes?
Yeah, I know.
Like, not if Sabes is listening to this.
At the end of every interview, I'd ask him, so how's your workout program going? Oh, you know what? I got the chest and I'm working I'm going to Vegas with my girlfriend. And
we met him at the Fan Fest. He was
Yeah.
totally normal.
Salty was
He
hilarious.
was totally normal. I was like, this guy's going to be a lunatic. No, he was super normal.
No, he was on the line. Totally funny. All right, what else we got? Oh, Salty. I haven't thought about Salty in a long time.
How important is Draymond right now to the Warriors?
I mean, look, Draymond is still a guy that can play defense. Last year, he played very good on the defensive end. And I think Draymond adds something to the team with his leadership and how vocal he can be and how he can get guys to play at a certain level. Sometimes it could be a little harsh for some of the younger players. But let's face facts. Like, he's getting older. He's not the same player he once was. He just isn't. Depending on what happens with his contract, I know it's $28 million, player option. He'll buy in or he'll opt in. And I think what he would like is them to do like a 2-year deal at, let's say, 40. So he gets a little more guaranteed money, but the annual average value is a little bit less. That's not a lot of money for a guy like Draymond on your team, $20, $22, $23 million a year. But you don't have a lot of choices with him. Like, you're not going to trade him. No one's going to value
well with Steph.
Well, no, yeah, and no one's going to value him like you value him. Like, he's more valuable here than he is anywhere else.
I mean, what could you get? You get Detroit to give you Jalen Duren and Duncan
No,
Robinson.
not a chance they would give you Duren. No way.
But I mean, that's like
that's
what it would take to match it up with what Draymond makes. Is you'd have to get Duren and Duncan Robinson.
Well, Duren's going to sign a new contract this offseason. He's going to be probably in the $40 million range, I would think. So, look, I mean, you just face you got to face
Draymond's
facts.
here.
Draymond's going to stay unless they can get a big-time free agent, and you got to include Draymond in the mix. Like, if you need to include him in terms of salary, then there's a possibility he could go. They could let him go. But never forget, he adds something to the team that no one else can add. They just can't add what he adds. And is it as valuable as it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago? No. But we all get older. I mean, he's not the player he was. Of course he's not. Why would you expect him to be? I just hate when people start picking out his warts now. Like, he's had the same warts for the last decade. It's just they're a little more pronounced now because you're a little bit older. You notice them a little bit more because you're not quite as good as you can used to be. But I tell you what, Duke can still lock up guys, and he can still play defense, and he can still mess up your game plan with the best of them. So
He's smart player,
smart.
and just
Oh,
No.
I didn't ask you about that. What do you think of the Giants celebration on the outfield?
I mean, it's like it's not PG. It's like it's not for kids. I don't care. It's not. I'm not offended. But it's not. It's like, let's just say this.
And no, we're not doing it. By the way,
no, we're not doing it. But Trevor Bauer, had that whole, right? That he takes his sword and he puts it in his sheath.
Yep.
So my kid played varsity
and that
ball.
was just when he was hitting the girl.
No,
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't say that.
Northgate baseball, and they're playing, and the
How?
kid comes out, he strikes out the side, and he does
Allegedly,
the
by
whole
the
Bauer
way.
thing, sheath into his.
Why would you want to do anything Bauer related?
I know.
At
And
any
the coach
point?
got mad, and it was like, so the kids are watching this stuff, they're going to copy, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I'm not offended. Do what you want, but it's definitely more of a frat house kind of a thing.
You don't like guys fucking each other in the outfield?
Yeah, it's just I lose the humor. It's lost on me.
I saw a clip
I mean, I
from
laugh.
Will Clark, and Will was.
Yeah, he's just.
I mean,
pissed.
I mean, I don't need to tell anybody what Will said.
And these guys aren't even any good. It's like,
I'm gonna try to get Will on next week because I mean, it's Will.
right.
Will's like as old school as
Right.
old school can be.
Oh, it's awesome.
So I talked about it not last week, this week, a couple days ago, about having fun. How much fun is too much fun?
Right.
And should you not have fun when your team stinks? It doesn't seem the best way to go about business when you have no fun at all.
Right.
But that seems like too much fun. Like it's like I don't know what the right amount of fun is. Like I don't know. Like okay, that's good fun. Oh, we crossed the line on the fun there. Let's pull it back a little bit on the fun. My wife said the same thing you did. She goes, "That's a little vulgar," and my wife's not a prude. She just goes, "Nah, that's not hitting me." That
it's
seems
a
little too
family
much.
deal.
That seems a little.
It's a little.
I mean, you got to learn about the birds and bees at some point.
yeah.
If the kids get mad, go, how do you think you were made? That way.
Yeah.
That's how you were made. It's just weird that Drew Gilbert's doing it with his like 590 OPS. It's like, I guess
Seriously.
Drew Gilbert's that guy.
Yeah.
You bring him to the party to start it. And at the end of the party, you're like, bro, you got to leave. You're too much energy now. Now you're like, it's too
It's
much.
time for you to go.
But he is who he is. Obviously, he's that guy. But yeah, it just seems like I don't know. Like I'd like to sit here and have a strong like, what the fuck are they doing? Or let them do what they want to do. Let them have fun out there in the outfield. They don't get many wins anyway. Let them celebrate. But I'm trying to figure out where I stand on this. Again, my gut reaction is it's a little much. Like it's a little much when you're 11 games under 500. But you can't go through the whole season if you suck not having any fun. Then
Right.
you want to kill yourself. You want to hang yourself by like August. Like, God, this sucks. Because I know I'm making a lot of money, but God, it's just so dour coming in here. No one's having any fun. I hate it. What's going? So, I mean, you got to have fun, but again, how much fun is the right amount of fun? Is there an answer to that? Is there an answer to how much fun is the right amount of fun when you're not very good? Does anybody have an answer to that? How much
No.
fun is the right amount of fun when your team kind of sucks? I mean,
You're always going to be.
I think
open.
we've all agreed that seems too much. Like the
Yeah.
outfield fuckery seems like a little too like it just seems a little. It just seems a little
It's too much fucking around.
Yeah, it just seems too much. I don't know where, but it just seems too much. It just seems like too much. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. Did the Niners trade for Jesse Bates or Josh Sweat? Maybe both. Krug?
Well, I mean, I will say this. I mean,
Is Sweat on the market?
yeah,
Is
he
he?
wants out. He wants out.
Well, that doesn't mean he's on the market just because he
No.
wants out.
But Gannon left, got fired.
Yeah.
Gannon's in Green Bay, so maybe Sweat's going to go to Green Bay. I can't imagine that.
Could they get
Cardinals.
Keith Sweat?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No?
Something tells me that might not.
Maybe
Ain't
he could
nothing
play
wrong
out-
with a little bump and grind.
Maybe he
you
can play.
know what I
Maybe he
mean?
can play outfield for the Niners or outfield for the Giants.
Ain't
Get
nothing
him
wrong.
out there.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, but
Well, you just said
Uh,
there was. You didn't like Drew Gilbert's bump and grind.
yeah, well, that's true. I do think, though, the 49ers shouldn't be leading the NFL and rolling money over on a year where Kittle, Bosa, CMC, Trent, Greenlaw, they got like about 7 or 8 guys that are all like, in their twilight of their prime. Should they be rolling over 72 million? Probably not. I would like to see the Niners make one big expenditure. I don't know if it's going to be one of those 2 guys. I don't think you can get Sweat out of Arizona. I don't think Bates is necessarily the guy. I don't think, a lot of people are saying that because he played for Raheem Morris. I think you should look at guys like, a little lesser, Jamie Robinson, Billy Bowman from Atlanta. They played for Raheem as well. Cheaper, not as expensive as Bates. That's all I'd say.
I'm saying Keith Sweat, Norman Bates. I'm going with. Let's get those guys over here. Hire fucking what? Hire Madison Bumgarner to be the team sheriff and fun. Madison Bumgarner would punch all 3 of those guys for doing that in the outfield. He was the anti-fun guy. He was we're serious around here.
Remember
we're all business
stuff.
around here.
He was like policing
We're not doing any stupid shit around here. We ain't doing that.
I remember I interviewed Hunter Strickland one time, and I'm like, "What do you guys do in spring training?" And he's like, "Well, me and Madison have a really good time down here." And I'm like, "Really? What do you guys do?" He's like, "Yeah, well, there ain't a whole lot to do down here in Arizona at night, so we just hunt coyotes." And I said, "What? What?" He goes, "You never hunted coyotes?" I said, "No, I've never hunted coyotes. Dude, I grew up in a city. I used to take the Muni. I don't hunt coyotes." I go, "Tell me about it. I'd love to hear more about it." And so Hunter Strickland's like, "Yeah, man, we go get a bunch of beers and we just crush them, and then we put our hat on and it has a light, and we just sit there in the bush and wait and hear till you hear a little rustling. And when you hear a little rustling, you just flip on your light and then you start shooting." I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds like really, really unsafe."
I went with him.
I know. So I was like, he's like, "Yeah, me and Bum do like to hunt coyotes." I'm like, "All right."
Doesn't surprise me.
All right.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I'm like, I can't relate. What can I say? I can't relate.
That he likes to I haven't heard much from Bumgarner either. He's a guy that you figure would disappear after he got done playing. We still said the white whale if we could ever get Lincecum. That's the guy. That's the guy that he just disappeared.
Unbelievable.
He just poof. He's gone. We'll get Lincecum in the backyard one of these days.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We probably have a better chance of getting JFK. All right. Do we have any other comments? We're done? We're done with comments?
I like the field work.
Okay. We got one more.
Who does Krug like in the what?
The dictator bracket. So we had
what?
We had a serial killer bracket.
Okay.
Right?
Who
this
won?
was like
Richard Ramirez
last year, yes. Zodiac won. Upset, took down Ted Bundy, took down Jeffrey Dahmer. So we did that last year come March Madness. We did the so he's representing the dictator bracket, which I've said you can't do because Hitler's going to win every single time. But you do have Hitler, do you have Stalin? You have Pol Pot, you have a dictator.
I mean, personally,
you have Mussolini.
I'd go Mussolini, but what can I say?
Leopold. Yeah, I mean, you can't go. How can you go Mussolini over Hitler?
Well,
how does anybody take? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, it's very nuanced. My answer is very nuanced.
Well, fucking give me the nuance. Then I'd like to see how somebody beats Hitler. Nobody beats Hitler. Nobody beats. I don't know. Was Genghis Khan a dictator? He just fucking slaughtered people. Was Vlad the Impaler a dictator? I don't know. They just fucking did what they did. So
Mussolini seemed like he had a little style to his dictation.
Okay, I'm still going Hitler. I'm still going to take Hitler in that one. And
it's
not
like going
look back.
Ruth.
Yeah, it's like
going Babe Ruth. It's like going with Jordan.
I think it may even be stronger than that. I think Hitler is even a stronger Jordan, a stronger Ruth. Like, I just don't think anybody. Although, like I've told people, Stalin's underrated because Stalin killed his own people too. Let's not forget that. Stalin starved his own people.
The Friends episode where he's like, "Dude, this Joe Stalin guy Turns out it was a really bad guy. It's like, yeah, bro.
I've been watching I just got through watching The Great War on Netflix. I think I talked about this last show. World War One. Does anybody know who the U.S. general was in World War One? Like the main U.S. general in World War One. Anybody?
Oh no,
it's World War Two.
World War Two.
Patton was World War Two. Yes, Eisenhower, World War Two. You guys won't get it.
I don't get it.
General Pershing. I had no idea. And the more I watched it, I was like, I don't know shit about World War One.
My grandfather fought in World War One. Unbelievably.
Did he really?
Yeah. In Paris, right? World War One.
That's a great question. I don't know if the front lines were in Paris.
I thought
could have been. I mean,
my
but
grandfather enlisted into the army in 1915, I think.
That was World War One,
and he lied about his age to get into the army.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
He wanted to get into some of that trench warfare.
Yeah, he fought on the front lines of World War One, and then they discharged him. They said you can go anywhere you want. This is a time where wherever you were discharged, you pretty much lived the rest of your life. And he said he was from a dairy farm in Wisconsin, and he said, drop me off in San Francisco. And they dropped him in San Francisco. He became a Muni cable car conductor, and met my grandmother, who's an Italian immigrant, and she lived on the cable car line, and he used to write love notes in a Chronicle newspaper and throw it up on her stairs. She'd run down and read it. That's how my grandfather met my grandmother.
How about that?
Unbelievable.
How about that? I didn't know the Great War would get a good story. Get a good story out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the World War One was all about trench warfare, where they moved, like, if you moved 3 feet, that was a good month. A good month if you're
rats running around.
Yeah, if you're able to move up 3 feet, you're like, oh yeah, we got these motherfuckers. We got them. World War II is a little bit different, but yeah, like I no one ever talks about World War One. Like I need to read Oh Quiet on the Western Front.
Did you see the movie? The movie's great.
Yeah, the movie I've seen. I want to read the book now.
It's really good.
I want to read the book.
And they redid the movie, so it's like all
they did.
Yeah, so it's all color and modern and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I love historical documentaries.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really good. Did you see Dunkirk?
Yeah.
Or did you see? Is it 1812?
Yep.
It was. Or which one was one continual shot?
That
was it. Dunkirk. 1917.
No, it was 19. It wasn't 1812.
1917.
Yeah,
one shot.
That was one shot,
which was incredible.
That was wild. That was incredible. Was it 1917?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was World War One. Yeah, it just. Yeah, though it just
amazing.
We sit here and do a freaking podcast, and these dudes were like in trenches, like sneaking around fields, cutting barbed wire, and I know you do it because you have to do it, but I mean, I don't know how they did. I don't know how they did it.
No,
Tom, Larry, jump in the trench. Here's what's going to happen
for a month.
I mean, just unbelievable what they did. Well, World War II, that's why they call it the greatest generation. The greatest, right. And they are. And they I mean, just amazing what they were able to pull off.
Seriously.
Absolutely. Just stunning. All right, brother. I think we're done. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, good Lord.
Dude.
How long we go?
Hey, do you remember we went
328.
Remember we went to
When's the last time you did a 3 hour and 28-minute podcast?
When Gabe Kapler got fired, I went for 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Of course you did.
I talked about remember how
Kapler got fired.
Remember how he used to be he'd so pander, like he'd be like Gabe, I have a question. He'd be like, you ask him anything, he'd be like, that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked me that.
Wasn't that we're doing the shows from home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing
He's like so pandering. He's always like patting everybody on the head. Oh, Gabe, your bullpen coughed it up last night. Larry, I'm so glad you asked me about that. No, you aren't. most disingenuous guy of all time.
Coconut oil. So you almost went 4 hours after Gabe Kapler got
Gabe
fired?
Kapler, yeah. I mean, it was like many communities wanted to celebrate. I had all kinds of people on. Marty Lurie, come on down. I had Ned Coletti.
It's a
I'm
mosaic.
breaking it down.
It's a mosaic.
It's the mosaic.
Oh my God. 21, baby. 21 got him an extra 2 years. I mean, 21.
We had him on every week.
We did.
We'd ask him questions every single time. Tom, that's a great question, Tom.
Remember we had him during the game during his spring training. Hey guys, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the interview. I gotta go.
No matter what question you asked him, you know, Rod, that was a tremendous question. I'm so glad you asked me that, Rod. Stop. That was the most disingenuous. No, what killed me is when he did the Alex Pavlovich NBC Sports Bay Area thing that they put on every time there was a rain delay. How would you grade this pork chop? Oh, you know, Alex, I'd give it like a 65. It's very tender. It's juicy. I'd give it like a 65 as a pork chop.
Didn't he do his burger reviews on Instagram? That goes a lot
He's
better
talking
when
about an
you're winning.
egg sandwich that one time. He's like, the egg in here is delectable. It's delicious. Shut up. Absolutely. Guy killed me.
Oh my
Didn't he,
God.
like, eat his chicken nuggets, like he took the outbreading out, like off of it or something?
Right.
Yeah.
He debreaded the nugget.
Did he? I don't remember
That was,
that.
that was a movie 20.
I don't remember that.
It's on
You
the
know,
cover of the.
Speaking of that's kind of funky. What did you think of how Bryce Harper brushes his teeth?
I didn't even hear about that.
So Bryce Harper, some would say this is diabolical. I don't really care. But so how do you brush your teeth? Give me the setup. No, fuck, I know that. Anyway, you fucking move your head like this? No, give me. All right, no more beer. From start until you put it in your mouth. Like, what do you do? How do you get everything set up? Okay, unscrew it. Put it on your toothbrush.
I got a nice big thick line.
Okay,
I'm not worried
good,
about
good.
wasting it.
Okay.
And I just,
Okay, so Bryce Harper
what does he do?
wets a toothbrush, takes a toothpaste, squirts it in his mouth, and then brushes. So he already has the toothpaste in his mouth. So it's
That's
not
kind of like, I've heard people do that with like ketchup with fries, like
wait a minute. No one does that.
well, have you been to
Who pours ketchup in their mouth and puts a fry in
I
there?
would never do
Get
that.
the fuck out of here.
Okay,
No one's ever done
Wait a second.
no one's ever
I would never
done
do
that.
this.
No,
But
shut up.
Chick-fil-A.
Shut up.
Driving, you got the
Oh,
packet.
fucking go away.
Chick-fil-A
away.
now gives
You
you the
guys are
packet. You rip
fucking
the packet,
Insane.
and you could squeeze it all over the fries, or you could just hold it and go fry.
Oh,
Come on, and there's
Jesus.
multiple
In and out.
in and out. There
I
you
like
go.
that Special sauce. Oh,
There you go.
What?
There you go.
What?
Do you go
What are we
animal style
talking
it
about?
at In and Out?
oh yeah.
Yes, of course.
You
That's a given, yes.
You did. Okay.
Yeah. But wait a minute. I've never heard.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the ketchup in the mouth and then put the fry in there.
Well, I never
Like
thought of
that-
it
that
until
is-
I
that's
went
wild.
to Chick-fil-A because
Like, do we put the chocolate sauce in our mouth and then the ice cream as well? Like, put the ice.
seriously.
There it is, right there. So watch Bryce Harper. Go ahead and play it. I'm more weirded out by the fact he's wearing a 1980s muscle T-shirt. Like, no one wears muscle T-shirts anymore.
Well, I mean,
But that kind of makes sense to me. It's like, Now I don't know. Like, I have a problem with it.
Okay, have you
If
ever?
somebody else is using the toothpaste, then I have a problem with it because I'm
Okay.
squirting the toothpaste on my toothbrush, and I got your saliva and gunk, and maybe even gingivitis around the toothpaste. I'm like, bro, fucking, what is this? Like, what are you're killing me over here? Don't put your mouth around my toothpaste.
The only thing is, if you do it on the brush itself, there's a chance, like a low percentage chance of a fumble, and you could fumble the entire thing off the side. And I'll say this: once it is fumbled off the side, it ain't coming back. That's when you just wash it down the sink.
Eh,
If it hits the sink, I will not
I'm
re-scoop it
not.
to put it back onto the brush.
I can.
You can re-scoop it?
Oh, you just take the toothbrush and like you scrape it against the sink and put it right back up.
That's risky.
Well,
what if you
who's
shaved?
using the sink? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there is that point.
There's that.
That if I shave, then I get some whiskers in there. I
But
get
they're your own whiskers.
I get some Colgate with whiskers. That's probably not a great thing. But I'm gonna try. Everybody was kind of offended by that. I'm like, that kind of makes sense to me. Like, squirt the toothbrush
I
in,
didn't think
and
it was offensive.
and we're good. Like, the ketchup to me is more offensive than that is. The ketchup is way offensive. Like, I don't know what I don't know what that is. Max
I
is
know
like,
what you're saying, though. I
yeah,
know what
Max
you're
is
saying.
like, yeah, we do. I have done that before.
It's wrong. It's
Like-
wrong. It feels wrong. I've done it, but I agree with Tom. It feels wrong. I mean, seriously, you put one of those, especially at Chick-fil-A, they give you the waffle fry. So then you put a big meaty waffle fry in there. And then I almost feel like I got to look around before I'm like, so I know what you're saying. It doesn't feel right.
It just feels weird. It is to me like.
What does it say? I think dentists have criticized that method. LOL.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the yellow. Yeah, it's all once you put it in your mouth, it's all the same.
It is.
It's like my dad always used to tell me. Once you put it in your mouth, it's all the same. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want it in my mouth at the same time. Like, I don't want mustard and French fries in my mouth at the same time. Because my dad didn't care. My dad was the guy that, like, if you had 3 boxes of cereal that were almost empty, he would go Kelsey Brothers and he'd just like dump them all in together.
Oh,
and like
I've
had the Kelsey Brothers cereal because Weston bought it. He goes, I got to try this. It sucked. It was awful. And I don't even think it's on the shelves anymore. It was fucking horseshit cereal. And they're all cereals I liked.
What is your first round draft choice cereal wise? If like you're 1-1, who's your Fernando Mendoza cereal?
1-1.
Yeah, who's your 1-1?
Captain Crunch Berries.
See, it's
Captain Crunch
it's terrible.
Berries
My
all
wife,
day,
my
every
wife
day.
would reject it and take it back to Costco. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That would be my
I
one
mean,
too.
that's pretty damn good.
If it wasn't Captain Crunch Berries, it'd be Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
those are the two.
Captain Crunch Berries is
that's
really
my
old school.
my Bob Baffert entry 101A. That's my 101A.
That's affirmed and
although you can get only berries now. It's called Oops Only Berries.
What?
Yeah, Captain
Really?
Crunch only berries. So it's only the little berries.
And then you don't have anything else.
You don't have any of the yellow stuff.
Oh,
Which you gotta have some of the yellow stuff. It just like there's certain things. If you get too much of it, it's just too much of a good thing. Like I love the Crunch Berries. I don't want a whole bowl of Crunch Berries. I want to make them special. Fruity Pebbles is great. I love Fruity Pebbles, although they get soggy really quick.
when we go to like
Cocoa Pebbles, quick.
summertime vacation, sometimes we'll get those the little cereal packs, and the ones that are always left over are the corn pops. Nobody wants corn.
I love
pops.
corn pops.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants the corn pops.
Huge corn
Everybody
pops guy.
like the Fruit Loops gone. That's a first round pick. The Cinnamon
Fruit
Toast
Loops,
Crunch.
Yep.
That's a high number 1 as well. Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Now, Captain Crunch Berries will rip up the roof of your mouth. Like if you have Captain Crunch Berries, don't make the mistake I did in college by having buffalo wings that night. It hurts. It hurt. It was too much. Too much.
Larry can go all night with snack draft.
With mock draft of food.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the vote of confidence there.
No, but I got honeycomb. Like right now, if you went and looked at my cereal cabinet, Captain Crunch Berries, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, honeycomb, Trix, because Camila wanted Trix.
What happened to all the commercials, by the way? In the 70s, there was commercials for these
For
things.
everything.
all
Trix
the
Rabbits,
time.
Toucan Sam.
Oh my God,
all
there were
that.
so many commercials for
Just
the
watch
cereal.
the Game Show Network. You'll get that.
Oh, the commercials were
And
everywhere.
all the medicine for like weight loss and medicine for blood pressure and medicine for. I mean, you watch any game show on the Game Show Network.
Yeah.
It's like
Favorite game show. Do you have a favorite game show?
Well, let me ask you before I get to game show. Jesus Christ, you're like Larry's like Mr. Topic over here. Okay, what's your favorite non-sugar cereal?
Favorite non-sugar cereal? I don't even know if I like any non-sugar cereals. Is Cheerios non-sugar?
Yes.
Okay, well, Cheerios.
Cheerios.
I'm a
Okay.
Cheerios guy.
Okay.
But it can't be generic Cheerios from like Costco, from like Trader Joe's, Joe's O's. Come on, bro. If you can't go for the full Cheerios, then you probably just can't afford to hang. Joe's O's. Come on, bro.
I'm a Corn Chex guy.
Corn Chex.
Give me Corn Chex.
Okay.
Rice Krispies.
Is that the one that's kind of like shredded wheat that falls apart?
No, that's mini wheat.
Okay.
Those are mini wheats, and you can't get those sweetened or unsweetened. But I like Corn Chex. Those are my.
I used to love Golden Grams back in the day. Remember Golden Grams?
Oh, absolutely.
They were really good.
Love Golden Grams.
I mean, it's kind of a little bit like a
it's
cinnamon
like
toast
taking
crunch.
graham crackers and dunking them in milk.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I love graham crackers, Golden Grams, all good.
Is Kix sugary?
Kix isn't sugary.
No, it's like
Kix
Cheerios.
sucks.
Kix is like
Kix is awful.
Kix is
Kix
bad.
I hated.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand Kix.
it's like it tastes like vomit.
Yeah, I did. It was
I always had the commercials with the little kids. Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Honey Bunches of Oats is good. You get those almonds.
Remember Life, where Mikey likes
Mikey
it.
likes it.
Mikey eats anything.
Life's sweetened though. If I'm gonna get Life, I'll go Cinnamon Life.
Mm-hmm.
Go Cinnamon Life. Cinnamon Life's really good. Although you know what, now that I get sugar cereal still, but I eat it once a week, just as like a treat. I used to eat it like every day. So if I'm gonna have cereal
Chocula.
now, Count Chocula.
Those are great commercials.
My favorite was Blueberry when it came. I didn't like. So what's your favorite chocolate cereal?
Remember Chocodiles?
Well, that's not a cereal. That's a fucking little. That's like
I guess that wasn't a cereal.
That's like a Twinkie.
That was a Twinkie.
Yeah, it's like a Hostess Chocodile.
Yeah, that was
Fucking Chocodile.
Yeah, that was good though.
So you have fruity. You have Cocoa Pebbles. You have Cocoa Krispies. Cocoa Puffs.
I guess Cocoa Puffs. I think I had Cocoa Puffs.
I'm Cocoa Puffs too.
Yeah,
I'm Cocoa Puffs too. I hate Reese's
I can't go
Pieces
anything
too
with
much.
peanut butter though.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces is too sweet for me. Although Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch. Oh, have
those
some.
another commercials.
Have some of that. Have
the
some
commercials
of that.
were everywhere.
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
How
is
many Captain
amazing.
Crunch commercials have we seen in our lifetime?
I don't know.
Lots.
What was it, Lord Horatio or whatever the Captain Crunch dude's name is? Can't remember his name. Okay, so you said, I mean, you're just fucking like throwing topics at me now, like game shows. Game shows. I mean, there's one game show that stands above every game show. Match game.
Oh, I was gonna say Pressure Luck. No whammies, stop!
Yeah, but that's fucking, there's no skill in that one though.
What about Wink Martindale and the Tic-Tac-Toe back in the day?
Tic-Tac-Toe was okay.
I mean,
that was okay, but Match Game was.
Card Sharks lower.
Card Shark was good.
Lower.
I like Card Sharks. I like Card Sharks. I like.
Remember Sale of the Century?
Sale of the Century was okay.
Wasn't bad.
I mean, Jeopardy's that's the game show of all game shows.
Bags
with or without Alex
Bags
Trebek. It's the game show of all game shows. Giants are winning right now. Apparently.
Oh. What about the one where they whispered to each other?
Oh, Password.
That was a good one.
Password was one of the bigger ones.
That was
like a nighttime one.
Yeah.
They'd have that one on, a Newlywed Game.
I mean, how many times have you made Whoopi? I mean, who made Whoopi?
That'd be in the Butt Bob.
I mean,
that was a Newlywed Game.
That was an incredible show.
I don't even think Max remembers that.
Where
one.
was
too young? They asked one of the guys on the Newlywed Game, "What's the strangest place you've ever made Whoopi?"
You're in the woman's.
That'd be in the Butt Bob.
Yeah, in the butt. He's like, oh.
I think his wife said the tree or something. He goes, "No, that'd be in the Butt Bob." He's like, "What?" Well, I mean,
it was just
you wasn't wrong.
What an epic show!
Wasn't wrong.
Or the Hollywood Squares was pretty.
Hollywood Squares.
That was pretty good.
Classic. High rollers. You had the dice.
Yeah. Okay.
That was an Alice Trebek
I'm
vehicle
a
as well.
tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. Joker's Wild.
Joker.
That was Joker's Wild.
And
That
the
was
triple.
with, I think Bill Cullen? Or
Forget who it was. That was a good show.
Cullen
They
was his
just
last
pull
name.
that thing.
Hold it, yep. Joker.
And the
And
triple.
a triple. medical history, and werewolves.
No, you know what's the best of all time is listening to those
what are we
nerds who are like, "Excuse me, Lois, I can name that in 6 notes."
Name that tune.
In the back.
Name that
Excuse
tune.
me, Robert, I can name it in 5. I mean, just
Name that tune was a good one. I like name that.
and then
tune.
there'd be somebody new based on the hints. I can name that in 1 note. Boop. That is a bridge over troubled waters. Yes. It's like,
Oh my
how do these
God.
people do that?
The stuff we remember from when we were kids.
Oh, it was amazing.
Nobody who's a kid nowadays is going to remember this stuff because they're never inside watching TV. They're on their video games. You're going to miss Match Game,
Oh,
Gene Rayburn, Fanny Flagg, Brett Summers, Richard Dawson.
Gomer Pyle,
Oh, it's so good. It's the best.
all that stuff was good stuff.
All right, let's get out of here. We got any more? We got any more comments? Are we done? We're fucking done. Everybody's fucking around now.
This show went a little longer than the Lynch Shanahan show, I noticed.
Yeah, well, fucking, you started asking about cereals.
I think this is the longest one now.
Is it the longest one there?
45.
Congratulations, Larry.
You eclipsed them.
Congratulations.
Oh,
was the longest.
yes.
What draft?
Oh, that one was, yes.
Draft show.
Was it one
I wasn't
continuous
here.
show?
I don't even remember the draft show. Does that mean?
With Bernie.
Bergie. We waited for the Niners.
Oh yeah,
One
we
continuous.
were waiting for the Niner pick, and they fucking never picked. We're like, fuck, you're killing us.
And you started like an hour before.
Oh, you mean
the
on
draft.
Thursday night?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We
Yeah.
were like, I thought about coming back the next day. I go, I'm not coming back. 'Cause if they trade out of the second round, I'd be pissed now.
You know, it's funny. We were doing the draft coverage on KMBR with Husak and JD, and Lynch and Shanahan come into the room, and they walk into the room, and, you know, they're generally, you know, hey, how you guys doing? No, none of that. They're just immediately glued to the TV because Seattle was on the clock, and Seattle took Jadarian Price, and I think they wanted Jadarian Price because they both were like, "Ugh." And then John Dickinson asked Lynch about it. He's like, hey, what do you think of Jadarian Price? It's like a little early. But I think they would have loved to have had
Think
Jadarian
so?
Price, yeah. Because they definitely reacted like, oh, you know. So who knows? Maybe that's why they reached for Kalen Black, is that they lost out on Price, and they just didn't want to lose out on another back. Probably what happened.
I guess that's the question. Did they reach for him? Could they have got him in the 4th?
Probably. But
Probably.
I mean, I'll say this. I understand why they reached for him because he's tremendous. And like, I think
You're a
people are
big
going
fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his because he's just really, he's like on the first carry of the Senior Bowl, it was blocked for like 3 yards, and he carried the whole pile for like 7 yards. And then on the next play, it was like blocked for like 4 yards, and he carried the whole pile like 8 yards. He's just really strong. He's going to help them finish out games.
So everybody loves you, Larry. You watch the fucking Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, who the fuck watches the Senior Bowl? I mean, I like football, but Jesus Christ, I mean, you're not gonna watch the goddamn Senior Bowl. I wouldn't watch, Larry. I wouldn't watch the Senior Bowl if it was in my backyard. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't open the drapes to watch it. I wouldn't open the blinds to watch it.
Yeah.
I just
Senior
don't care.
Bowl, I watched. Pro Bowl, I couldn't watch.
Well, there is no Pro Bowl anymore.
I know, and now there's no Pro Bowl, but I couldn't watch it when it was going on.
It wasn't
pretty
football.
bad. Yeah, it was
At
bad.
least the Senior Bowl's football.
Senior Bowl's football, and there's money on the line and that kind of thing.
That wasn't football.
Yeah.
That's not you know what else isn't football that you watch? The Combine, not football.
Yeah, I don't watch the Combine more than anything. I tape the Combine and just kind of. I like to watch like the highlights of the Combine.
Well, what? Like you said that like that's better.
Well,
I don't want. I tape it. Like you fucking tape the Combine.
but I mean, like they'll go on for
That's
5
worse
hours.
than watching the Combine. I record it, watch it later. You know,
Well, you know the best thing.
nothing to do in July.
best thing to
I'll fucking
record
click
is
on
the draft.
Day 2 of the Combine.
But the draft is the best thing to record because you can go right to your pick and just be like, oh, I'll just watch that.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not a draft guy at all. I'll probably watch the NBA draft. I've forgotten the NBA draft is 2 nights now.
Is it really?
Yes.
No, I don't like that.
Neither do I.
No.
It's like, really? I got to watch. Second round is the next night? Like, really? Who
In
cares?
a way, the NBA draft is more intriguing than ever because in your era, if there were 12 players in the draft, they went 1 through 12. Now, if there's 15 players in the draft, they go like 1 through 5, and then there's the rest of them, 10 are kind of scattered throughout the second round. And it's like, who knows who the best players are? It's like very speculative. Like if you're really good at handicapping the draft, you can find Jokic, or you can find, a player where, in the 80s, shit. I mean, if a guy was really good, he went in the lottery or he went in the top 15 or so. Not always, but generally.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look back and see how many guys slipped out of the top 12, 13.
Like Hornacek or
really
Cliff Robinson or, those guys fell to the second round. But, I mean.
Uncle Cliffy.
Draymond.
Uncle Spliffy.
Gilbert.
I
mean, that was really an amazing one. Was Gilbert?
Yeah,
because Gilbert. You remember Gilbert in the final days of Arizona? He was amazing in the national semis that year. He stole all those passes and.
Yep. No, he was good.
He was
amazing. Fantastic. He really was. Krug, thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. That was fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Congratulations to you guys. This is your crew. You got a hell of a show.
And we have a good time,
dude. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. We love.
If we ever need a case of beer, I'll have you show up. We can fucking get people to fucking give us money to get losing a case of beer. I don't even know if we get a case. Not the beer I like. Maybe a 12-pack. Maybe a case. Really? You know how much case of beer costs that I like? You're talking over $100. Yeah, we didn't get that. You can get a case of Coors Light if you want, but then I ain't drink. I've always said there's a place for Coors Light. And the place is not in my backyard.
What's the worst beer if you had to drink a lot of bad beer?
No. I'll drink Coors Light when I go golfing.
Okay.
I don't want a heavy beer when I'm golfing, but the great thing about
in the sun, when you're in the sun, basically, you want a light beer.
Well, yeah, no, I mean the breweries now that I frequent, they all make lagers and pilsners and all that. They're a little bit heavier than Coors Light, but lager pilsner is like good, but I don't want to drink an IPA when it's like 85 out and I'm playing golf.
Yeah.
Too much, too
when
heavy.
When you go to Arizona, where do you play? Or when you go to or Vegas or whatever, where do you play?
I haven't played forever in either of those places.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
Where do you play? Tahoe in the summer? You go up in the North Shore or South Shore?
End of July. North Shore.
North Shore.
Yep. So if I get my shoulder, getting a cortisone shot in my shoulder, nobody gives a shit about my cortisone shot. So,
your boys play?
Said Krueger's going to be expecting breakfast when you wake up at my house tomorrow. It's like a fucking bed and breakfast. Tommy's bed and breakfast. Krueger's sleeping over. What do we got for dinner tonight, Tom?
I'm not leaving.
That's hilarious. Yeah, dude. I'm big Schlitz guy. Love Schlitz. Billy D. Williams. Let's go.
I miss those Miller Lite commercials. Or like remember when the bull would run through the thing and, cooling the gang and the whole deal?
Those Miller Lite commercials were incredible.
Unbelievable.
You go back and look at the Miller Lite commercials and who was on those.
Unbelievable.
I mean, just stunning.
Yeah.
Billy
like
Martin, the
boss,
Mickey Mantle, John Madden, like Bob Euchre.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible commercial.
Here comes the bull, cooling the gang.
Yeah, that was Schlitz. Yeah, exactly. Those are the best.
Oh my God.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime. Tell the family I said hi. Hope everybody doing good.
Things are good. Everybody's good. Ben's getting ready to go to Chico. We're getting fired up for the year. Kev's done with Cal Poly. Yeah, things are good. I got my kid playing lacrosse, high school lacrosse. It's good.
Good deal.
Things are good.
Awesome. Tell everybody I said hi.
Oh well.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Thank you to Daniel. Thank you to Max. Appreciate it. God damn.
3 hours.
Man, it's 3 hours. Fucking closing on 4. I had to go throw some steak on the grill. I'm sure Haley and Lori are in there going, are we eating tonight or what are we doing?
What's the deal here?
My mom texted me and said, tell Tom your mom's hungry.
Yeah, like what are we doing for dinner? What's everybody doing for dinner? All right, awesome. We'll be back at you next week. Until then, have a great weekend. See you.
And remember this, Tommy T. Cash and tickets is what it's all about.